want to say good morning to Rich Voss. We weren't sure if Jimmy was going to make it in today. He was a little under the weather over the weekend, so we said, Rich, why don't you come in and do some radio with us? So we got Rich today, and Jimmy, which is good.
I haven't done the show with Rich in a while.
Seriously?
Yeah, man.
Oh, usually we have him in when you're not here.
Out.
Oh, that makes sense.
Patrice, the guys I like doing radio with, I very rarely get to see.
Then we should just get those guys in while you're here as well.
You just said you like doing it with Patrice?
And Rich is in a high chair today because he can't figure out how to get his seat down.
No, I can't figure out how to get it. It's broken.
You sure it's broken?
Like everybody in here.
You're way...
We're all broken. Don't rub it in.
Thanks for repeating my joke.
Shut up.
My bandwagon this early. Jesus Christ.
You're pretty high up in the air there, Rich.
I know. I feel like...
I think we're going to force
like
you
a
just...
ruler.
You don't want to be a ruler these days.
I bring you news from the north.
Take him down.
Hey, Rich, what do you think of the situation in Egypt?
You know,
what's your thoughts? Everyone's talking about it. We got the coverage in front of us here.
What does it have to do with bananas in Poughkeepsie?
Well, you know, I was there this weekend.
I know, this weekend.
What I was, you know...
What's your 2 cents on this? Here's the deal, yes.
What's the lesser of two evils? You know, you get rid of this guy who's been ruling the country for 30 years, but... He's an ally to America and, you know, Israel, at least, more than most of the other countries. Or you overthrow him and you bring in some, dictator that was, one of the biggest countries in the Middle East or the biggest country, and now they're enemies of America and Israel. So what do? You're caught between a rock and a hard place.
I don't know what we can do.
But that was pretty good, wasn't it?
It is pretty good. We can't really do anything.
No,
you just basically admitted you didn't know what to do.
Right,
I did.
We're just hoping they got somebody in there we could deal with, and is more toward our liking.
They're monitoring. Look, White House monitoring uprising. Egypt must plan a way forward. That's saying we can't do shit. We know it. Yeah. We're just hedging our bet, and whatever side wins, we want to be able to talk to them.
And I love the fact the U.S. keep our fucking nosy faces out of it. It's none of our fucking business.
Yes.
None of our business what they do in Egypt.
Well, you don't think it's anybody?
None of our fucking business.
Okay.
You want
going none.
Honestly, dude, I'm sick of us meddling and giving them money just to do what we want.
Benefit. We're looking out for ourselves, so it is our fucking business.
It's not our business, dude. It's their country.
Well, if you're trying to keep somebody from being your enemy, who's a superpower or
they're
a
not a superpower. They have fucking less than 500,000 people in the army. Would fucking massacre Egypt if we had to.
But when you get enough of those countries that are semi-super armies collaborating together against us, you got to keep as many allies as you possibly can. Obviously, you never played Risk before, okay?
Please, I never want a condom ever. But dude, Rich, they can't unite to fucking. They hate Israel more than they'll ever hate us, and they can't unite to fucking crush Israel. They're not. That's what we tell ourselves. It's not our fucking business. And then if they do something that is a violation to us, our response should be fucking harsh and barbaric.
I think because we depend on the oil in that area so much that the Suez Canal has a huge meaning to the United States. That's the only thing. Fuck everything else in Egypt. The Suez Canal, though, is huge. If that got taken over, access to that got taken over by extremist Islamic government, we would have to do something.
We'll go to fucking Alaska, get the oil there. Enough with these fucking people. Enough with this whole shitty...
Oh, believe me, I would love to.
...fucking area of the world. I'm sick of our troops being over there and our fucking noses being... It's none of our business.
Yeah, it would be great if we didn't have to get any oil from them. Fuck them. Let them sell it to China and fucking India. Let them be their slaves.
But I don't. It is. That's like saying it's none of our business what goes on anywhere else, and it's none of our fucking business. And it is our business because it's like none of our business if Iran comes up with a nuclear weapon. Of course, it's our business because it fucking affects us if they decide to use it. So anytime there's a possible enemy towards this country, not even getting involved with Israel because of them being an ally in the Middle East towards us, anything that affects us is our fucking business.
That's not true. I mean, I know what you're saying. Emotionally, I agree with you. I hate these countries. Hate them. I don't think Iran should have nukes. But you know what? Let Israel deal with Iran. Israel is perfectly capable of dealing with Iran. It's not our fucking business. They're not going to nuke us. They're going to nuke Israel. So let Israel, who has the balls to actually do what they need to do, take them out first. Let Israel knock out their reactors. They don't go through that diplomatic shit. Israel will take out their reactors because they know they have to. We won't.
if Israel goes to war against the Middle East, like the 6-Day War where they fought 5 or 6 countries, okay, the last thing they fucking need is Egypt against them. That's the last thing. When you're surrounded by every other fucking enemy and you get one more bigger enemy, it's going to make. But they had a tough time against Lebanon the last time they fought, like 3 or 4 years ago. Israel had a tough enough time. So if they got to fight fucking Iraq, Iran, Lebanon, and Syria, and now fucking Egypt, it's
But U.S. policy cannot be, and I actually like Israel a lot as an ally. But our whole policy cannot be based on what might possibly happen with Israel. We can't continue to fucking meddle because of other nations' interests.
No, but Israel, we did meddle after the 6-Day War when Israel took land from Egypt and decided, hey, we'll give it back for this fucking peace treaty, which America set up. And America said, okay, you signed a peace treaty with these fucking, what do you call it, clowns, and we'll support your military, we'll give you extra funding. And Israel said, okay, because that land is fucking power, and Israel gave it back. So we fucking meddled with them, and Israel goes, all right, well,
I mean, really, what does Israel have that we really need?
Huh?
What does Israel have that we really need that we're such staunch allies with them?
The area, that's all.
The area?
Yeah.
The area's fucked anyway.
And the money over here, the lobby over here, the fucking, even though there's only 3% Jews, the fucking lobby they have over here.
What do they give us? What's their major export?
I don't know,
Jews.
probably this area of this building.
Yeah, the media, exactly.
They export the media,
of course,
bosses and banks.
Yeah, there you go.
But look, and we fund them. They get their planes from us and a lot of their military. Yeah. I'm not saying I think they're good allies. I'm just tired of I don't want our entire Middle East foreign policy to be based around that. And I'm just sick of us meddling everywhere. I don't want our troops in Germany. I don't want them. And I'm fucking sick of it.
Korea. Pull them out of Korea.
Pull them out of Korea. I don't give a fuck if they kill each other.
Over there. Fuck the Koreans.
Enough. The whole world hates us because we stick our fucking ant United States nose in. We're fucking the ant of the world.
I think really why they hate it.
I think in the end we don't trust the rest of the world, so we kind of have to be in everyone's business.
We're probably
is probably the biggest problem. We just don't trust that they'll do the right thing if we leave them alone.
Yeah, if we aren't the cop for the world. Right?
I got a quick question. At $1.5 billion a year to Egypt, right? Do we get that money back? You know what I mean?
Probably in favors.
Well, how do we get the money back?
I don't know.
Or is that money
secret deal set up for fucking years?
Is that money we just threw out the window? Because it sounds like holy shit, $1.5 billion a year to Egypt. But do we get that back somehow?
Why do we give it to him?
But how do we get it back?
I don't know.
Do we get it back in oil somehow?
I have no idea. Egypt isn't really a large oil-producing country, believe it or not.
Right.
How much should we give?
True. They have the canal that we all worry about.
How do you know we give $1.5 billion? Do we
I watched the TV.
No, I'm asking. Do we give more to Egypt than we do Israel?
Fuck, I don't know. I don't know how
Probably
much we give Israel. But
I don't know why we're giving any to Egypt.
Or to any country.
Well, I'm just wondering if it's an investment. Is what we need someone that knows more than just watching the news.
It's a bribe. It's an investment in keep cool. Keep cool with everything. Here's some money. Keep cool.
So in that way,
don't get uppity.
Maybe it is a good investment. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just wondering if this money is just thrown out the window, a waste, or actually is worth doing as far as like an investment goes.
Is that true? Israel gets $7 billion?
$7 billion a year.
Yeah.
What do we get in return for that?
Hump X.
Yeah.
The fucking
Führer.
Yeah.
We got a guy who's going to tell you why Israel.
Major. Hump X.
This guy's going to tell us why Israel is important. Akiva,
of course.
Akiva.
How's it going, guys?
What's up, man?
Hello. Hello. Jerry,
hello.
So why are they important?
So one of the major reasons why this is important, besides for having like an island of democracy in the Middle East, for America to stage any kind of action against other surrounding countries. Another reason why Israel is very important is because a lot of technological and medical and scientific breakthroughs come from people in Israel. Like even the fact that we IM each other, like instant messaging. That came from a company called ICQ in Israel.
ICQ?
Yes, you can make that sound Jewish, too. ICQ!
Whoa, how about that, huh?
So there's a lot of different reasons why Israel's important and relevant, and why America has a vested interest in their survival.
So you didn't explain anything. You just reiterated that it's important.
It's important.
Technology.
He gave us some examples.
Do you have any more examples? Are you a Jew?
I am a Jew, yes.
Give us a couple more examples. You know, I mean, you're making me look bad, but what the hell?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, if America, if Israel is toppled, you know, by, God forbid, by one of the surrounding countries, then really America has nothing. I mean, Turkey is turning into a problem, and that entire area becomes a hostile environment.
Yeah, that's what aircraft carriers are for.
Exactly. When you look at it, and I don't want to see Israel fall at all. But why do we, like, who gives a fuck about that area? I'm sick of, I'm tired of us being obsessed with, did these two fucking guys shake hands? Is there going to be peace? The Oslo? I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of it.
But there's never going to be peace. There's
Good, so
2,000
fuck
years
all of them.
Those presidents are doing
Although
it.
I like
just as-
Israel.
Those presidents are doing it just as fucking showcases. So
Leave
you know,
Jimmy Carter alone.
Jimmy,
He was a great president.
Yeah.
Can we just give a piece of Wyoming to all the Jews and call that Israel?
I was thinking that build a wall.
Come on in.
We can sacrifice a
We'll
state.
make like a state. We'll give it a small state because Israel's small.
But then all of a sudden, Idaho and everybody else starts to hate Wyoming.
That goddamn fucking Wyoming people.
Jesus
they control
Christ.
the media, the Wyomingings.
Well, how big is Israel? Like, is it a Rhode Island?
It's like New Jersey.
Yeah.
It's like a Jersey?
Yeah.
So why don't we give them like West Virginia?
Yeah,
what are we doing with West Virginia?
And then they
Wyoming's
could
a nice ski area.
They could
so I wanna-
leave that whole area alone, and we'll never have to fucking
Right.
deal with that area.
You know what?
That's
Listen, I
not a
would
bad
do-
idea.
The
We
only-
sacrifice
you
the
know
state.
why? Because it becomes a religious thing.
Yeah.
It's all about the
Yeah.
religious
Well,
significance of Jerusalem and shit. Has
Yeah.
nothing to do with just where the land
Well,
is.
yeah, well, you're gonna
they
attack
feel
them
they're
over
entitled
religion.
to it,
You can't-
and the Palestinians feel they're entitled to the Holy Land part of Israel.
Isn't it all just dirt and rocks?
Oh, it's old.
Like, it's just a shitty area, isn't it?
I don't know. I've never been there.
Does anything
that?
grow there?
What's that?
Does anything grow in Israel?
Yeah,
Trees,
well,
lots of trees.
More
they plant
Jews.
trees for everything.
Yeah, I know. We had kids and they planted fucking trees. Give me cash.
Yeah.
My kids aren't fucking squirrels. What do I need a tree for?
What, people give you trees to
Yeah, they plant a tree
Yeah,
in
it's
your
like
name. And
plant
let
a
it
tree.
It's like giving somebody a star. Really? I want something I can hold in my fucking hand that I can return. You know what
Give
I
him
mean?
one
And get the
toothpick.
money.
Here's the last.
Yeah. Israel's
it's-
just in a weird fucking.
Yeah, but you can't go, over the religion because everything's fought in this world over religion. The fucking
Well.
Catholic Church owns more property in Manhattan than anybody else.
Yeah, but
you know,
we're
and
not
those-
fucking, blasting them out of fucking Manhattan. We're not fighting.
Who, the Catholic Church?
Yeah.
Really, they're not doing anything negative.
No, I
in this
mean
world?
we're
Oh.
not. We as people, as a society, aren't rushing the churches with fucking fire bombs and shit like they do in Israel. And
Yeah, well then
Egypt.
whose fault is that? That's the fucking enemies. That's these other
these
guys.
crazy people in the Middle East.
Why
They're
are we,
crazy.
why are we talking about this when we got Sam's mom's
Oh my
treats?
God, that is what we need for peace.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Middle East peace could be achieved through Sam's mother's wonderfulness and baking.
And Sam's mom is sleeping. We got to wake her up. We got to thank her.
Wake her up.
We got to wake your mom up and thank her, Sam.
Okay. Where is that bitch?
Why she brought the coffee cakes?
No, not coffee cakes.
that's cute. That's cute.
hack right
That-
there.
that is hack.
Although they're delicious.
We
Love Drake's
we
coffee.
demanded. We didn't ask. We demanded that Sam's mom, Bobby, make us some treats.
What the hell is that?
Somebody said they liked carrot cake.
She made a carrot cake. It's got wonderful
Wow, it
vanilla
smells really
frosting
good.
on it and little carrot.
Little
what are
carrots.
they made out of?
Little carrots on top.
Carrots?
Yeah. She makes everything by scratch.
You would eat something like that came from somebody's house. You don't
Somebody,
know.
it's Sam's mom.
mom.
But still, you don't know what happened
It's
on
like
the
Leave It to Beaver.
transport.
It's like Leave It to Beaver's
What
house.
could have happened in transport?
Crazy.
What's wrong with you?
Transport.
She stayed up all night, I think.
Oh my
To
God,
make a
it's
carrot
fine.
cake?
Yeah, because she didn't.
Oh
she
my
didn't-
God.
Dude,
oh
I've
my
been
God.
eating good for a long time.
Oh.
Oh, if you drop that, nothing would make my cock harder than to see that on the
Oh
floor.
my God.
And an apple pie.
She molded
I know.
little leaves and a little apple in the middle
Oh
out of
my
the
God.
cakey crust.
Fuck Martha Stewart.
This is the
Bobby,
great-
that's what I say.
your mommy.
Get
rules.
Bobby on the phone. Bobby.
Get me a knife and plate and
Oh,
a fork. Stat.
Bobby.
Yes.
Bobby.
Fuck Martha
Hi.
Stewart is what
Oh
I
my
say
God.
today.
Oh my God, Bobby.
Holy crap! Look at these pies.
You even
They're
brought
perfect.
You even brought little forks and plates. Sam's
brought
a
little utensils.
When you saw the pies, you said, get Bobby on the phone. I thought you were talking about Bobby Kelly.
no, Sam's mom.
She made them. No, we're not talking about who would eat them.
Yes. Madam, I've been eating very healthy, but I'm going to eat a small sliver of your pie because I'm greedy.
Bobby, walk us through the pie thing. What happened after we demanded our pies on Friday?
I had a very, very busy weekend, but I managed to fit in the baking for you guys.
Thank you.
What? You had a busy weekend. What was going on, Bobby?
Well, you know, Sam's sister had her birthday.
Oh, you don't really care about that, though.
Yeah,
It was also her
She's not
husband's
Sam.
birthday. So I was baking, a cake for them for Sunday for dinner, and then I also had to bake extra cupcakes because Sam likes, the chocolate cupcakes.
right.
So I had those two things to bake.
Oh.
But I said the most important thing is that I get this.
Oh, my God.
And the pie done for
Oh, my dear
Opie
sweet
and
Jesus.
Anthony and Jimmy.
Oh, my dear sweet Jesus Christ on a cross.
Is it good?
I saved it. No, don't do
break
anything to that.
Don't.
He tried to push my cake over, and I saved it.
It's really, really good.
Thank God, too.
Oh, look at the leaves. They're so
This
pretty.
apple pie is so good. Oh, my God. It is the best apple pie I've ever had in my life.
Yes.
Swear.
Just like that, Bobby.
Uh-huh.
When did you start baking the pies? If you had to do the cupcakes and the cake for your daughter?
You want some apple pie?
I did them yesterday afternoon.
Great.
Yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, so they're not absolutely fresh right out of the oven, but we packed them all up. Sam carried them in this morning. He left here last night. He had this cardboard box that had carrot cake in it.
It was annoying.
Why was it annoying? Sam?
Because I had to walk 3 blocks at
Oh, yeah.
4:30 in the morning with arms full of cakes and pies.
I wish you would have gotten mugged.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
This is good.
They just see his bloodied pie laying there. Now it's evidence.
Yeah.
First 48.
Then he wouldn't have his hands free to defend himself.
Because if my hands were free, I'd be able to defend myself so well.
You certainly would.
At least you would have a chance.
Oh, my God.
Yes, at least you'd have your mouth and buttocks.
You know what? This is going to be the hardest part. Is not going to be just grabbing more of this and eating it. I will eat the whole
You
fucking
might as
thing.
well. Just keep. I need a piece too. If
I have to say
if
this-
someone could bring that pie
It
over, I
is
would
so
appreciate
fucking
it.
good.
So
This
did the-
apple pie is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Did the crust stay kind of good enough, even though it's...
Yes, it's wonderful.
Yeah,
Whipped
Sam
cream would
did.
be nice.
Sam did a great job transporting the pies into work, Bobby.
Well, he's a good boy.
He sure is. Holy shit! look at
Bobby
this
would have
thing.
been a great mommy to have.
Yeah.
My mommy never baked pies like this.
Fuck no.
She never baked.
No, she got me Coke.
She probably did other stuff that you liked, though.
No.
Rich, did your mom bake?
Oh, God.
Yeah, really. She baked. Here's 50 cents. Go get a
Voss,
sub for dinner.
Voss wishes she did back in the 30s.
Oh, my God.
In the 30s.
Jesus. Wow.
What the fuck? Sorry, Bobby. Sorry for the language. I
That
apologize.
awful joke. Jesus.
That was kind of a good one, even though it was my mom.
I
Sometimes
know.
you got to go. That was a good
Yeah,
one.
you have to.
Yeah, you gotta
Thank
just
you,
deal
Rich.
with it, man.
By the way,
Just don't say that at a Christmas party.
No.
Hey, Bobby, what are you baking tomorrow?
This cake is.
If we're gonna take out Martha Stewart, we got to get you baking every day, man.
I don't want to have to carry things.
Well, maybe we go with chocolate chip cookies tomorrow.
Bring it over.
What's that?
I gotta have more.
Can we have some chocolate chip cookies?
Oatmeal raisin
Oatmeal raisins,
with
nice.
chocolate chips in it.
And what kind of peanut butter cookie do you make there, Bobby?
There you go, Sam.
I do peanut butter cookies sometimes.
I love peanut
Oh,
butter.
I hate
cookies.
peanut butter. Don't make any for me.
You don't like the peanut butter cookies?
Nah, I'm not a big fan of the peanut butter at all.
Obviously, you never had a dog.
I do chocolate chip cookies most of the time.
What's that?
Chocolate chip cookies. All right. Well, we have any other questions for Bobby?
I can't talk. I'm eating.
I'll say for the record, the gym was just giving me dirty looks because my mom didn't give any homemade whipped cream with the pie.
He did under his breath go, whipped cream would have been nice. like it's guy that can't fucking just be nice.
I'm loving these pies. I'm enjoying the carrot cake as much.
Hey, Bobby, how'd you make the little leaves on the apple pie?
It You know what? For Christmas a couple of years ago, Jess gave me these little cutout things for the dough that make those little leaves.
That's right. Jess gave them to her.
Yeah, very neat, huh?
Jess is a horrible gift giver.
Did you give you those plastic things that go in on the end of the corn cobs, too? Horrible gifts.
It really is.
That's what I wanted. I said I'd like to have those. She just gave me those as an extra.
What a lonely life if that's what you want. You really need to get out.
She was really excited because this year for Christmas, Jess and me combined our money to get her a brand new non-stick baking brownie pan.
Wow.
Wow, that's really nice of you.
Yeah, the brownies don't stick to the pan.
So where are the brownies?
Well, there are no brownies. There's pie and cake.
They don't get up this early.
Could you take this, Sam? 'Cause I'll eat the entire carrot
know.
cake. It's so good.
Yeah, give it to some of the people around here.
Oh, my God.
I want a piece of the carrot cake.
It's amazing.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Show the
didn't
cake
have
to
any.
everybody and then cut off a piece.
It's so good, man. Thank you very much. This is
We're
very
bigger
good.
than U.S. Steel.
That's
You guys think? Wow. You guys think the crust is undercooked a little bit?
It's not. There's no
You
way.
sure?
I'm positive.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
just asking.
Oh, my God. Opie's saying he thinks the crust might be a little undercooked
I didn't want to bring that up.
on the apple pie.
I'm just throwing the question out there.
I want to bring it up.
Danny, do you want a piece of apple cake or pie?
You know what? If it even is, which I don't know, I just thought that was the best apple pie I've ever had.
No,
it
Bobby,
could
it's
be
amazing, Bobby.
That Bobby thought that if you want to cut a piece off and put it in the oven and heat it up a little bit,
I know.
Yeah.
it'll compensate for that so it won't burn or anything. You know. But it's right in the zone.
It'll compensate for
Correct.
the mushy crust.
Was
It's
that
not-
Anthony who just said that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you, Anthony. That's great.
Yeah, see? That's exactly what I knew you were doing there.
But Bobby.
I ate so much cake. I mean pie. I'm so full.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I eat any more pie, they're going to have to change my name to Pie Chippison or something.
Well, that's really good for you. And I was sorry to hear Jimmy hadn't felt well over the weekend, but I think carrot cake cures everything.
Not what he has. Unless you're making AZT cake. See, there's the cough.
Shit.
Bobby.
When you least expect it, there will be a key lime pie.
Yeah, she was explaining to me that you can't make key lime pie right now because key lime is completely out of season, and you can't just get the artificial stuff.
Wouldn't that be like when he's making love to his wife and you knock on the door and bring it? It's like, it is when I least expected it.
I can't believe it.
This is the absolute least time I'd expect getting a key lime pie.
Why doesn't she take a trip to the Keys and get some fucking key lime?
Because she had to stay home and make apple pie.
Oh.
Parties and stuff to
exactly.
host.
Is that where they
Hostess.
come from?
Lunch dates.
Well,
Yes, key lime pie, you need key limes. Can't just get a lime from wherever else they come from.
Are you for real? They got to come from Florida?
That's what Bobby says.
Bobby.
She knows everything.
Bobby, I'm
Bacon.
going to have one of the listeners send us some key lime, and then I'll send him home with Sam.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, because that's not asking to be poisoned. That's
Yeah.
good.
Really? Fucking little injection marks on the limes.
Yeah.
The limes have track marks.
I'll show them as he's crying.
Yeah.
Fuck you! He blocked me on Twitter. I'm going to poison his fucking key lime. Get a life. Fucking assholes.
Sam's mom is so nice. I feel like it's like
She
you're
is.
talking to Kathleen Bates from Misery. When
It's
it's very neat.
To who?
Yeah.
oh no.
Huh? Kathleen
You
Bates.
guys-
Kathleen, what's her name?
Kathleen Bates.
Or Kathy Bates, whatever.
It's
Her
not
real, name is,
Kathleen Bates.
her real name is Kathleen. If you
No one has
IMD
ever called
So
her
what?
Kathleen.
No one calls. It doesn't matter what the real name is.
Yeah.
No one calls her? Yeah, I do, and her dad.
I think John Wayne's real name was Marion something. No one calls him that. They called him John Wayne.
the Duke. Kathleen Bates.
Well, stop acting like you were trying to use her proper name. Stupid.
I wasn't. All right.
Hey, Bobby, did we wake you up?
Yeah.
Oh, Bobby, you didn't have to wake up.
Don't you have someone to get off to school or something? Oh, they've all grown now and they're out of the nest, right?
The empty nest syndrome.
Is that sad for you?
Oh, no, not at all.
Know why it's not at all? Because she sees Sam pretty much every day still.
Because you keep sending me over to pick up baked goods.
I'm sure you had to
Damn
pick
right.
up your laundry anyway, Sam.
I couldn't pick up my laundry because my hands were full of pies
Mommy
and
still
cake.
does his laundry.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
When did Mommy stop doing your laundry, Rich?
Huh? When did she start?
There you go.
Okay.
Bobby, we have another person in studio that has a broken mom.
It's
That's
this
why
is
we
a perfect mom.
Yeah, that's why we love the Bobby.
She has the perfect mom.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, she overlooked the hair conditioner thing with him, but she's a
Oh,
perfect
she
mom.
loves his hair. She saved it.
Yeah.
She's got some saved in a Tupperware
Yeah, so
container.
do I.
Yeah.
The first from my kids.
No,
The first-
not first haircut.
The whole afro when Sam was 19.
She saved the whole
19.
afro.
The whole afro.
When I was 19 years old.
It's one thing to save
The
a little
whole
clipping from the kid's first
afro.
haircut. It's another when he's 19 to save the entire hair that was cut off his head
It's a giant Tupperware.
Why?
in Tupperware.
I have my long ponytail framed when I had a ponytail throughout life.
You
Then I
nice.
finally cut it off.
It's awful.
You framed it?
I don't have it hung up, but I have it.
Throw it out.
Well, then it's not framed.
It's in a frame. It's in a.
Oh, you
frame.
actually have it framed, but
yeah,
it's like
a piece of hair. I
like
go,
it's in a
and I
closet
wrote
or something.
The end of an era.
Oh, that's
An era.
wonderful. That's
Yeah.
just like a
Yeah.
mummy
Yeah,
in an
an error.
Egyptian museum. Amazing.
You wrote the end of era?
Yeah. ERA.
No, what word did you use before era?
What word? The end of an era. Oh, instead of an era? The end of an era.
Yeah.
There might be an end there. I haven't looked at it in a while.
You always want to look. You don't want an end there when you don't know.
Exactly.
All right. Can we let Bobby go back to bed? I can't
Yeah,
believe we had to wake her
yeah,
up
we'll
for this.
do
This
that.
is just horrible.
It was your idea.
What?
It's just 7 o'clock in the morning.
Well, we wanted to show our appreciation over the pies.
Thank you very much. It was very,
Oh
very
my
tasty.
God, Bobby! I can't. That was better than I ever expected.
It's just amazing.
Well, thank you. I'm really, really glad that you guys like them. And, I don't mind getting up early in the morning.
She's
That's-
magical.
yeah, she
She's
is magical.
magical.
You have a magical mom.
I guess so.
This is not like
What do you bake
real
next?
moms.
Are we going to go brownies? Because the key lime pie might take a while. What do we got on?
I did recently find a really good brownie recipe.
All right. When do we get brownies?
She searched for recipes and
They,
stuff.
they were good. I tried them already.
Bobby, the weather's going to be a little rough in New York the next couple of days. No, what would help that? A nice warm brownie.
Yeah, I'll work on it.
You're going to work on warm brownies?
Okay, I'll go make the brownies right away for you, Opie. No problem.
Rich, what would your mom say if you said, can you make me some brownies?
Well, first, after the drool.
Oh, she's at that.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been there in a while. Yeah, she's pretty fucked up, but
She's not making brownies anytime soon. She's making brownies in her pants.
Oh. Oh.
I wish they were that
Jesus.
solid.
That's brutal.
Really?
No.
All right. Let's say
Yeah.
thank you and goodbye to this magical mom that is Bobby.
Go back to
Unbelievable.
doing whatever wonderful wifely from the 50s duties you do.
What kind of dreams do you have, Bobby? What do you dream about?
Murderous.
Yeah, it's
my
probably
God.
just horrific shit.
The perfect pie crust. My son Sam actually doing something in life.
I'm doing something.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. He's
All
on.
right.
He's got 3 radio shows.
got my own show.
Yeah.
He's got 3.
Please.
Part of 3.
Yeah.
Gets paid for half a show?
No shit.
Yeah. Thanks, Sirius XM.
All right, Bobby.
Sick your mom on him.
Yeah, I know.
thanks
Mom
for
should negotiate.
calling, guys.
Thank you very much.
Anything else?
Thank you,
We're good?
Bobby.
All right, Bobby.
Okay, catch you later.
There she goes.
Brownies by Wednesday.
Brownies by
I
Wednesday.
don't think that was
She
agreed
is
upon.
the mom that
Of the
everyone
century.
wants.
The mom
Yeah.
of the century.
That's the kind of mom that you want. She's baking. She's doing things for parties, for your sister's birthday.
She pretends that she doesn't hate things.
Is that it? Is it like buried real deep?
Oh, you think she's crying over the stove?
Her anger,
She's mixing the batter.
Her anger, what, Sam?
it comes out in other ways. Like, she has it was very funny that
Oh, no.
one of our guests that was in here the other day, for years, she's had a random and inexplicable hatred for Brooke Shields.
Wow!
Why are you telling us that? Call her back.
That's great.
We have to ask her why she
A
hates Brooke
random and
Shields.
inexplicable hatred.
Brooke Shields was in Friday, and it was great.
I told her she
No.
couldn't have been nicer.
It's probably because she caught your dad masturbating to Pretty Baby.
We got to call her back. Why didn't you bring this up?
Well, I don't know. We were talking about baked goods.
Yeah, not to rage.
She really doesn't like Brooke Shields.
And she
hates
never
Brooke
said
Shields.
why?
No, she just
How do you know she hates Brooke Shields?
because she said it. She's very public about it.
No.
She can't stand Brooke Shields.
Maybe she paid for that movie when. Oh fuck! If I would have known.
Well,
the
it was
name.
good though.
Well, yeah, we have
Yeah,
faith.
that's good.
I want to know why she hates Brooke
Oh,
Shields
we're
though,
getting her
because
back.
Brooke Shields isn't someone you hate.
No.
You cannot like her.
Brooke Shields was
to have a
awesome.
hatred
She was
towards
very
her.
nice, yeah.
She hasn't done anything hateable.
No.
At
Line
all.
12. Now, Bobby, I'm sorry we had to call you back.
Sorry, Bobby.
Sam was telling us as soon as we hung up with you that you hate. Is the word hate, Sam?
Yeah, it's hate.
Hate. You hate Brooke Shields. We knew there was some meanness in you. Why do you hate Brooke Shields?
I only hate her privately. I don't really.
Well, now it's
I'm
public.
saying bad things about her. I just don't like her.
No,
It's not
Out of
like,
nowhere.
I knew this.
I know.
it's not like it's Oprah or someone big. It's,
Yeah, Brooke Shields. Now, why and when
Did he start hating
did you
Brooke
start
Shields?
hating Brooke Shields?
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like I've always not liked her. I feel like she has no talent.
Wow.
What, you
She
like
can't
Norton?
bake. Oh, shit. Oh, damn.
Oh, Rich.
Well, I'll
And
slip
then
that
she
one in.
was sort of promoted. She was put out there, sort of for the public. And she doesn't have any talent. I don't find her entertaining, and I don't find her.
She's been in Hollywood since she was what?
I know she
10?
really has,
But
and
that's
She,
what-
she worked with Bob Hope.
That's what Bobby's saying, though. She was kind of forced on us, and just because she's still around and grew up, she's still famous? Is that what you're saying, Bobby?
she has some obviously very good business people around her.
You put pie in my mouth, I'll put words in yours, okay? Works out. Good deal.
What?
Nothing, dear. So did you start hating her when she was a kid?
Now, hate is a very strong
You hate
word.
her. She does.
Not
She
in this
can't-
room.
No.
That's like the in this room.
But I really don't like her.
But I really, she goes, but I really don't like
You
her.
see the way the venom that she has
Yeah.
for everything in life that she can't express
Yeah,
comes out
yeah.
through Brooke Shields?
Is there anyone else in Hollywood or anywhere that you don't like a lot?
Well, not as much as Brooke Shields.
Oh my
probably.
God!
You know who
I
she?
am also, for some reason, and this is really inexplicable, because I do think she has some talent, but I really also don't like Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Catherine Zeta-Jones also. She just picks.
They're both really hot, long-haired brunettes. Is there a
It's
thing
not,
with that?
It's not that she's just randomly picking. She really has thought this over
They're
the years.
vehicles for her hatred.
You think she?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
think she's got that rolling pin and she just angrily rolls it, thinking of Brooke Shields?
It's just all misdirected.
Shields. She's like kneading the dough and smashing it down on the
Well,
counter.
and Bobby,
Yeah,
I got to
yeah.
tell you that Brooke Shields was just lovely when she was in here.
Couldn't
on
have been
Friday.
nicer.
Couldn't have been
been.
nicer.
Beautiful.
She was hanging like she was one of the guys. She was drinking that cheap wine from Uncle Nino.
Yeah, she was great.
Well, I don't know. Sam told me she was very nice.
Yeah.
Maybe if I met her, I would like her, but
And-
I just... Her impression to me,
Holy-
the persona she presents is something I don't like.
God, I knew I loved
wow.
Bobby
And
for a reason.
When we were kids,
Some venom.
Yeah.
and Full House was on the air,
Yeah.
my mom used to talk shit about the Olsen twins nonstop when they were kids.
When they were kids.
Bobby, they were
How
kids.
awful,
They didn't even know they were acting.
Bobby, comment, Bobby.
I mean, I don't. I'm fairly neutral on the Olsens. I don't.
No, I
she-
know what the Olsen twins is all about. You wanted to be a stage mom, and Sam let you down.
Oh.
Because we've seen Sam's old tapes when he was a little kid on TV.
Has always been a star.
That's
on
a
TV?
mom. Coming to well, he was on some Nickelodeon show once.
Don't discredit
He
my.
flipped a quarter off his dumb ankle.
It's not. It's still a credit.
It was fabulous.
It was.
you.
It was. Very
It was fabulous.
to
What
tell
are you
the
doing,
truth.
Anthony?
I
Thank
know.
you.
Exactly.
Everything Sam does is
I
just
can't,
perfect.
I can't
Fucking,
make fun of
she
Sam.
hates Brooke Shields.
Hates.
What would you say to her, Bobby, if you could?
I don't. I can't explain.
Okay, you're stuck on an island with her and Catherine Zeta.
But perhaps say a lagoon.
Who do you bake a cake for? Lagoon,
Yeah,
that
who do you
was the
hate more,
movie.
Catherine Zeta-Jones or Brooke Shields?
Brooke Shields, I'd say.
It's Brooke Shields. I don't know.
She didn't even
Yeah, yeah.
hesitate.
But it's not like I spend a lot of time, figuring it out or anything. I don't. It's not a big deal. I just really don't like.
Well,
her.
Bobby, when you see her on TV, do you make a sound? Do you go like, ugh?
Yeah.
So there is a sound that you
It's
make.
a sound I make when I crawl into bed.
Oh God, poor Bonnie.
When I told her Brooke Shields was coming in,
Yeah.
she said, "What? She peddling another book about having a baby and going wacko?" I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh, she suffered from postpartum
It's
depression.
a horrible thing to say.
Oh, Bobby.
Bobby.
Just because Bobby,
Because
not
Bobby had
everyone
she had the perfect pregnancy when Sam was born,
can
right?
have a wonderful child like Sam and just be so happy afterwards. She suffered through postpartum depression and went public with it.
Yeah.
As you put it,
Courageously.
have a baby and go nuts. Is that it?
Wacko.
Go wacko. Yeah.
And she said peddling.
Pedaling.
Yeah, you had the perfect pregnancy with Sam, didn't you? There,
and
Bobby.
the perfect child.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sam was
absolutely.
born, and the afterbirth looked like cotton candy. Everything was just
yeah.
wonderful, just
Smelled good,
beautiful.
too.
Everything smelled like
You had postpartum glee.
right.
Just happiness.
Yes, within an hour she was probably baking.
Oh yeah. What does he want?
Some placenta pie.
Don't forget there are also like those.
Somewhat.
Pie.
No kind. Just say it.
Wait,
Don't cut her off.
What did he say?
With the big, all the white cat teeth and everything.
Oh wow.
Really?
Bobby, can you hold on 1 second? Can you please just play back what Voss just said at Iraq? I have to just hear it again.
Okay. We have to listen closely.
He has 3 children.
Is E-Rock, what is he doing?
He's just chilling.
He's getting it. No, I think he's getting what I...
He's thinking about the pie.
There was a dream, and you could see it above his
Yeah,
head.
the bubble over his head.
He's trying to figure out how to get through the glass.
Wait, how is he getting it when he's leaning back like he was?
Iraq, are you getting my thing? He is, right?
Well, now
he is.
He's hanging out.
He was hanging. What was he doing?
Chilling.
Was I the only one? He was way
chilling.
back on his chair as Jimmy was asking for that.
He's
Early.
drooling.
Let the guy relax.
Drooling like Pavlov's nagel.
He doesn't like when you use that.
Out of nowhere, a nagel appears.
Yeah.
The show swerves to avoid it, but there's no hope. The nagel is just too big and has made too many mistakes. The hosts scramble to get a hold of the situation.
He's not happy.
Is the situation
Why
gotten
is
a
it-
hold of?
Wait, when did he realize Jimmy needed something from him? I'm telling you, he was way leaned back in his chair.
Oh, he's
There's
not.
a huge database for the show that records. That's what I was sorting through. I
So
got
did
the
you call your
file
stomach
open, then I went to
database?
edit it.
No, you only started
Said it was
sorting
huge.
when you moved forward to push.
No, I was
buttons.
leaning back doing it.
Uh-oh, fight.
Oh boy.
Our guest today is the very obese and clumsy Eric Nagel. Eric, please tell the audience what you did wrong now.
He took his headphones off.
Getting celebrities to
Those are great clips.
to record.
I mean,
Stacy
Rock.
Keach and Springer, that was.
Oh yeah.
You're a fucking liar.
All right, what do you got?
Iraq, my habit. It's Voss's line.
Yes, within an hour she was probably baking.
Oh yeah. What does he want?
Some placenta pie.
Placento pie. I love that. I got it down in Little Italy once. It's wonderful.
Placenta.
You have the placento. Placento pie. Did you say placento?
You say tomato, I say tomato.
I say dumb.
Placento.
How much fucking juice do you have?
That's great.
Kathleen Bates, placento pie.
Placento.
It's the end of an era.
End of era.
The greatest.
Placento is that
Placento.
rules.
I love that guy.
All right,
The
so-
opera singer. Placento
Placento
Domingo.
Domingo.
So,
Placento Domingo.
all right, so we learned Bobby hates Brooke Shields. I guess we let her go now. So
Yeah.
we go back to bed for a while.
Go back to hating, Bobby.
Thank you.
And baking.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right,
Thanks.
there goes Bobby, Sam's
Baking,
mom.
great at baking and hating just random celebrities
yeah.
for no real apparent reason.
Yeah, she didn't even have a reason,
But she
Sam.
channels
Well,
her...
she sort of had a reason, I guess.
She channels her negative energy for people and things through celebrities.
And that keeps her happy around the people she loves.
Right. She
like
just
Sam.
masks everything.
Yeah. Is there anything she hates that she's pushed down and you like know about it? And it's like, oh boy.
Off the top of my head.
Does she get on your dad's case about anything? Does she yell at him?
She hates his cheapness.
Well, that used to be a big sticking point. It's better now because
Yeah.
She can't possibly like his mustache.
no, the mustache's been around forever.
But does she like it?
I think at this point,
She accepts it.
How long have they been
She deals
married?
with it.
over 30 years.
They're
Wow.
like married 30 years.
Married
No one-
30 years. She
know, yeah.
bakes. She,
Yeah, 40
it's a
years.
TV show from the 50s. Family.
insane.
What's going on there? Except
does it-
well, one of the children is a mulatto. You'd never see back then.
They've been together 40 years.
40, yeah.
Holy shit.
After 5 years, I'm telling you, this little thing. You know when a relationship is going fucking like when my wife eats an apple, it's really loud. And it fucking drives me nuts that she's so fucking loud.
Does she put it in the palm of her hand and try to feed it to you?
That's what
Why did you pick an apple?
You stepped on my back because
Why do you pick an
Sorry.
You
Actually, his caps are great
I don't
now.
have to, they're
too.
not
He
caps,
doesn't.
they're implants.
Whatever they are, they look fantastic now. They really don't. But I had to go old school.
I
for that one.
So, her eating an apple drives you
That
nuts.
annoys
It's just
you?
little, thing.
Little
It's
things?
loud. You know, it's
A loud apple eating should not really annoy somebody.
Yeah,
That's
if you're
trouble.
watching TV. No, we're getting along great.
Yeah?
But just little things. Like she hates
Like breathing.
she hates when I pick my toenails, you know.
That is disgusting.
Not when you get a big one.
Oh, no, stop.
What are you
stop.
doing?
Come stop it. You don't do that.
What do you mean pick?
You know, like, because after you take your socks off, if you wear them like for a day or two, and somehow your toenails are real soft, you know, and from your boot. Because I don't know, the sweater or whatever in your boot or foot.
I would think it
gets
would
your
probably
toe-
soak in and
Yeah.
make your.
And you can pee. They're almost like you can get some really good ones.
Did you say the sweater in your boot?
The sweat in
Oh,
your boot.
wait,
Wait,
sound like
good
sweater.
strips of nail itself, or are you picking shit underneath?
No,
your...
the toenail. I've picked toenails where I've taken the whole toenail off.
You're fucking you're Brundlefly.
Like,
Wait, don't you have a toe that doesn't move?
yeah,
He has a toe that's dead, remember?
it doesn't move.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's got a dead toe.
It's in our movie. I try to explain it to people,
The
but
dead
it
toe?
just died.
Now, I will pit a loud apple eating against toe picking any day of the week, and I'll take the loud apple. That is disgusting.
Yeah, really, you have
Yeah,
nothing
but
to
see,
complain
you
about.
could turn your head and not see the toe picking.
No, but you know it's there.
Right.
You know what's going on behind you. And like a car wreck, you gotta look. Vaughn's picking his toenail. What do you pick until you go, oh, look? Do you?
Oh, and you bitch about her apple eating.
Sometimes I'll get a bunch of them and put them on the table and build up a pile.
Oh, yeah, that's just as bad.
Oh, God.
You're the worst.
You don't use a nail clip like to shower, and then they get soft kind of in the shower, whatever, and then you just clip them in the
What
bathroom.
am I, 3 years old? You don't clip your toenails. You fucking
Yes,
rip them
you
off.
do.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, really?
Yes.
Your
clip 'em
toenails,
nice
you
and-
fucking... You
don't rip 'em
you
off.
pick them,
No,
and then you
because-
get big ones, and you play with it a little
Go
or
leaving
whatever.
jagged fucking saw blade edges on him. Bonnie's legs must be just chopped apart from your toenails in bed.
Plus, if you rip it off
know.
too far down, man, that
Yeah,
fucking
it's gonna
hurts.
hurt.
When
Oh,
you
no,
walk.
I know. Sometimes you'll draw
You gotta
blood.
be careful.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I gotta grab my foot. I gotta grab my foot just saying the pain.
Calm down. You're not...
Didn't you used to bite your
I'm
nails?
imagining
bathhouse.
it. It's horrible.
Dude, what the
Didn't you
fuck?
used to
That's
bite
the
your nails?
worst.
Yeah.
That's the worst feeling when you cut them down too far.
No, but he used to bite his nails too. He has a
I
thing
used
with
to be
nails.
a biter, but I'm done with that.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, I don't do that.
I don't
much.
bite the nails
I
anymore.
don't bite them. Once in a while they'll get big, but it's there's some kind of feeling you get. I don't know when you just fucking. I know I've yanked it and then the blood comes out.
I've yanked it and the blood comes out. That's great.
And like it hurts. And then for the next 2 days when you put your fucking shoe on, you can't bump it. But
I have
you know,
I'm
fucked up.
freaking out at the sound of
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Why do you do that?
huh?
Why do you do that?
Because his mom
Really?
sucked. Figure it out.
Because he can't do drugs or
Right,
booze.
his mom
so he's got to
sucked.
get some pain or something
Right.
somewhere.
What did your mom do that was so awful?
Oh my! What
Give
Give birth to me? No, she didn't. No, she just. She was a good mom. She was a struggling mom with 3 kids, you know, but on her own. What the fuck?
Did she berate you a lot?
No. Well, I don't know. It's
Rich,
just-
we all love you very much, but if you continue this toenail pulling, we will not allow you back in this house. See, toenail intervention, get it? I even had a prop.
It was good.
Oh God! Sometimes you really kill them.
About hack bit fucking intervention. Oh, that sucked.
That was all right.
I tried.
Not
Can
that,
only
you know.
throw them out so much.
That was not a bad one. I just didn't have anything to add to it. I wish I did.
I don't know, you know, but
Coffin.
I can't get over. I can't get over how good looking.
What?
Rich Voss is?
No, She is.
Oh, yeah.
It's really.
He's pointing at Sam.
She's amazing.
It's Melissa, yeah.
Very good looking girl.
She's got a job. She got a
really?
job today.
She got a job?
No, she's had a job for like a week, right? About a week? Yeah. She goes out and models. She
Really?
models.
Oh, she booked something?
Yeah. She's got an agency now, and she's booking
Yeah.
jobs. She's doing modeling.
I did that for a while. It's kind
Did
of
you,
hard.
Chip? How was it?
It's good. It was mostly like for muscle and fitness and stuff.
Muscle and fitness?
Before I hurt my back.
How's that working out?
That's all right. That's all right.
All right, why don't we break? We did the pie thing.
Break.
I'm bringing some of this pie to fucking Poughkeepsie this weekend at Bananas.
Oh, bananas.
I'm bringing the pie there.
Dude,
Yeah.
we could get Bobby to bake a banana cream pie for you.
Oh, for bananas.
Could you bake a banana cream pie in honor of Rich Voss playing bananas in Poughkeepsie?
Wow, that's
Sam.
great.
One show Friday, 2 shows Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Go
Very
see
good.
Rich. He's hysterical.
We all know that.
Very funny man.
Well, we got Rich Voss in studio today. Or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Rich is going to be at Bananas in Poughkeepsie. 1 show Friday, 2 shows Saturday. Make sure you check out Rich Voss. What else is going on?
Oh, maybe. Did I tell you? Oh, yeah. We talked about our portrait. I'm waiting for our portrait to come back.
Oh, the portrait,
the
right?
famous portrait, right.
The big portrait.
Yeah, and the baby.
It's a photo?
Well, it's not a photo. It's a portrait. Well, yeah, I mean,
Painting or photo?
it's a photo first that they paint over it, some kind of weird type
Oh, you
of
didn't hear about
portrait.
No.
This is
Yeah,
fantastic.
It was a
weird
barter.
portrait.
It was a barter.
It's not a barter. It was a gift.
Yeah, it was kind of a barter thing. You did a little work for them. They gave you a portrait.
From fucking, we did a benefit at the Ritz-Carlton in Miami.
So they got
bid
you a
on it. We
photo?
won it. What?
Did they give you a nice room down there?
Oh, we were at the Ritz-Carlton, and we did a benefit for the blind. That they tried to get a hold of you, but it never got to you. But that's all right.
They couldn't find his number.
No,
Did they
did.
fly you down first?
Yeah, they flew. Yeah, we had to get there first before the benefit.
No, did they fly you first class or no? You had to get down there.
They flew us after the benefit. We were bumped up, and they didn't fly us first because they flew my kid too. But the fucking Ritz-Carlton in South Beach is
That
unbelievable.
explains why they didn't get me.
Why?
No, I'm kidding. I would have
They
actually.
would have flown you.
I'm teasing. I would've-
They had Brewer, but he had to cancel the last minute because his dad was sick. So whatever. And then we got this. We bid. We won it. We paid money. We bid on. They had an auction there. Not the kind that we like, but they had an auction, and we bid on it and paid a lot of money.
How much? Oh.
Yeah.
So the bid that we won came this portrait and a night's stay at the St. Regis in New York at the hotel. With a butler. He knocked on my door and said, "I'm your butler."
We
And-
know about the
and-
St. Regis
yes.
butlers from
Yes,
many years ago,
yes.
ironing heavy metal shirts.
He goes, "Is there anything I could do for you?" And I go, "She's in there."
Oh, God.
Well, was it a suite?
The St. Regis. I get no, I don't know. The room was just
Because he's
beautiful.
my butler.
It was beautiful. The room at the St. Regis.
Is it nice?
Except the last Arab sheiks must stay there because the last 10 channels
did it
on
reek?
the TV, the last 10 channels were all Arabic.
Yeah.
It's sort of obviously they're catering, and so we had a portrait done at this place, and they take pictures and stuff, and then they paint over it. But these are $5,000 fucking dollars.
How big is the painting when it's done? Is it like one of these big,
How big is
ostentatious kind of fucking hang
it's
over
not-
your fireplace?
Some people get the ones that are as big as
Tony Montana.
like you would see like at your house,
Right, hanging over the-
yeah, with some tacky frame, you know.
They
paint over a
and
photo?
Yeah, I don't.
What the fuck is that? They're tracing it?
I think here's what they do.
What? Maybe the guy can put his hand down and make you a Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah,
too.
Well, that's what Andy Warhol made famous.
Well, here's what I think happens, knowing a little bit about modern day digital technology.
Oh, no.
You take a picture, right? and then you're able to digitally make it look like a painting. You could do that in Photoshop. There's a lot of programs you could do that with. And then they take a giant printer and print it out on a canvasy material, you know, your regular type printer, and then they frame it, and it looks like a painting. Meanwhile, no one's ever touched it with a brush.
No,
This is
brush. Go look at your stuff online. Kramer Studios or something. Kramer.
The Kramer? I love the Kramer. That painting was awesome.
Exactly.
Yes. Their paintings are cool.
My God, he's buying the Kramer.
Their paintings are cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The Kramer Studio.
Okay. See,
One of
here's
these?
a prime example of what I was talking about.
That's it.
What it's not like this.
That's a photo they took of me and Opie, and then they run it through
and make it look like it's a painting.
and make it look like it's a painting.
They really paint. You can see the oil coming up.
Photo fiddle, I think it was
If
called.
you don't tell me the name of this site, I'm going to bite you.
I just said Kramer. I have to tell. That has nothing to do with you biting my dick.
Kramer Studio. Hold on.
Okay. That is not what they do. That's That's horrible. That's some low budget shit that you got from.
This is a rental studio.
No. Kramer Galleries or something. To St. Regis. I don't fucking know. Jesus Christ, you're so technical about
Kramer
things.
Oh, you're doing business with the
go to
fucking
Google.
company.
I'm on Google, Richard.
Has Rich ever been able to do anything with us that involves the internet in any way, shape, or It's constantly screwing up, Rich.
Okay, here's the one right here. The one that specializes in 19th and 20th century artworks.
Did he just go, huh?
Well,
That's not an answer.
No, they're portraits.
But that's not an answer.
Because you know what?
Oh, it'd be 21st century portraits.
Red Bank, New Jersey.
Yeah, they have one, I think, in New York.
Red Bank.
Look there, look at that. See?
Red Bank, New Jersey
That's
is the art capital of the country.
Yeah, it's a pictures
What
of
is
a dumb
that?
white family.
Oh, no, that's fucking...
That's Ghostbusters 2.
Ghostbusters 2.
What do they do?
See, that is not what that is.
Photo.
That's
That's
painted.
a photo.
It's nice. It's painted
No,
over.
that, oh
They're
my
fucking
God.
photos. They're not
I'm telling you, they're painted.
It's the same shit that they did with our picture.
Take a look at that.
Oh, Jesus.
How the
That
definition.
doesn't look painted. That looks like... It looks like a photo that they just kind of framed.
It's painted.
It does not look like paint.
No, it doesn't look like paint.
Huh?
At all.
It's
Are you
painted.
sure you didn't portrait meant a painting? Because a portrait could be a photograph. If it's a portrait.
It's a photograph that they paint over. Call them and say, hey, I'm interested in having a portrait.
I couldn't even fake that.
With,
Ew.
You know, you'd have to bring a fucking note in.
Why?
Why?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm telling you, it's cool stuff. So
It's not
I'm gonna
cool
go.
stuff.
It is cool
No,
stuff.
I don't-
Why? Because they have chins.
He does get vicious.
It just has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
No. He's a badger backed into a corner.
Yes. My genetic malformations.
From toe to forehead.
Yeah. At least my toe's not. You should probably call it tow truck for your toe.
Ooh, you're bombing in character.
Wonderful tip. Justin Bieber is the Bieber fever on the Today Show. I guess
right down the block. Anthony.
that's fantastic.
I'm here 2 blocks away. Is Bieber fever.
That can only mean when I go to leave here, there's going to be another intense traffic jam up the street, and I'll probably you'll hear me beeping my horn.
You probably should leave
on
now.
camera.
You probably should leave
I
now.
probably should, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Stay ahead of Bieber fever. It's always
He's playing
a smart thing to
outside?
do. I don't know. Hey, what? I don't know what he's doing.
He's just there. I don't think he's doing anything.
Wow,
he's
who's
just there.
playing there? Oh, that's the riot.
Oh, that's Egypt. That is a wreck.
Matt Lauer interviews
Love it.
everybody.
Yeah.
He's kind of got a big show.
He used to be on MTV.
Matt Lauer.
Yeah, look at his fucking.
Oh, no.
What did he do for MTV?
Hold on,
He was an
everybody.
MTV guy from the beginning, or MTV
Hold on.
or some.
I know who he means. Wait a minute.
Do you really?
Yeah.
He was on
Was he-
something that was something.
J.J. Johnson?
No.
He wasn't a. He wasn't a VJ, was he?
Yeah, I think so. He was on one of those type shows
This
early.
is going to end badly.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to end really badly. Who are you thinking? Are you thinking Alan Hunter? You
No,
idiot?
no. He's thinking the MTV news guy.
Danny, can you get on your computer?
Kurt Loder.
Kurt Loder.
Oh,
What
no
is that?
way.
Are you thinking
No.
Kurt Loder?
No.
Are you confident? I have confidence.
I think he's thinking Kurt Loder and Matt Lauer.
Let me see. What is that page?
It's an L.
That's my spyware popping up.
Oh yeah, that
Why do you have
computer's
so much
got to go.
spyware?
Because other people use this machine, so it's a shared machine. So when I leave here, if someone else jumps on it, I have no idea what they're doing.
And they're going to porn sites and sites that just dump spyware and malware all over
Don't you
your
hate
computer.
it? Does spyware ever worked? Like, who uses it and goes like, "Wow, this is great. Let's go with this pop-up."
Boss. Yeah, I know. It just annoys you. It doesn't make me want to go, "Ooh, I want to click on that and pursue this further."
Yeah, I think that's the one I have, the spyware or something. Then I kept getting like these fucking all these notes. It was just a lot of weird
You get a lot of
shit.
pop-ups of shit that you would never fucking buy.
If I knew that I wouldn't get in extreme amounts of trouble and have disciplinary action come my way, I would just fucking destroy the goddamn thing.
Oh, I know. Believe me, but they
destroy
would probably see that as aggression and.
I want to, so I think about it every day.
You could plea it down to a kick in the balls, though, I think, and just take a couple of weeks off.
Damn.
Hilarious.
Here he comes. Here he comes. We were just making fun of him.
Just bringing some information.
Aw.
About Matt Lauer?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well,
Travis?
No, I'm not giving it to you.
Oh.
Travis, please.
I'm rubber, your glue.
Oh.
We need the Matt Lauer.
I'm rubber. I'm Jew.
Well, Matt Lauer has held a bunch of on-air positions in the past before the Today Show. He was in Boston, Philadelphia, Providence, Richmond.
Wow.
He was the host of PM Magazine from 1980 to 1986.
Ah.
He worked for ESPN.
Uh-huh.
Never worked
There
for
is
MTV.
not one MTV credit in Matt Lauer's history.
Could've been
What made
someone
you
else.
just blurt that out?
He just said could have been
else,
someone
because
else.
a lot of times when you blurt things out, people don't call you on it and look it up. Like when you're on stage or somewhere, it's it's called propaganda. Okay.
As long as your propaganda just entails Matt Lauer and
doesn't matter.
MTV.
You just throw
Yours is
something-
very innocent.
If you throw something out, one of them might stick.
Yeah. One of them.
He had a weird job before this.
Would you guys hate me if I was obsessed with Matt Lauer
Yeah, that.
and he's all I talked about?
Like if it was Ozzy, but only Matt Lauer. Like you felt about Matt Lauer like you do Ozzy. Yeah, that would be creepy. What is his? Oh, Justin Bieber was just wearing these purple glasses.
He loves purple.
What is Matt Lauer? What could he possibly be talking to him about?
So what's it like to have all that pussy screaming for you?
Oh, yeah, well, that's true. Can you really call it pussy when there's no hair on it? Doesn't there have to be? But he is just like. Do you think? How old is he? First of all,
17.
how old is the Beeb? 16. So he's fucking. He looks like he's 13 though. So you think he's fucking?
Is he really only 16?
Jesus. Bieber love child. You think you see that in the future? Think that's going to happen?
Yeah,
Justin Bieber got me
he'll
pregnant.
fall like Leif Garrett.
Yeah. You can only hope. I hate when fucking kids do well and they look good and they
loves
fucking make a
purple.
lot of money and they get a lot of girls. Fucking pisses me off. Because it never happened with me when I was a kid. Jesus.
He gave his glasses to the
Later
girl.
in life. Oh, is she just freaking? Why do they have to bring an ethnic in? What's wrong with white people? Can a white girl just get in there and enjoy the company of Justin Bieber?
Maybe he doesn't like that.
It's got to be the melting pot of... What? Who brings that up? I bring it up.
But what's the big deal?
I had hair like
Deal
him when
is
I was in high school.
everything's got to be politically correct and all-inclusive. White people! Why not just white people? A room full of white people.
Like here.
Then it's your basement and it's a meeting.
I saw a show, I Survived. You ever see that? Oh, it's so good. It's a show about people that have been in life-threatening situations where they absolutely should have died.
That's
but
what we talked
lived
about
through it.
last week.
So on last night, though, and this woman, and it's a prime example. This woman is coming home from, I guess she had an acting gig at some small theater. Redhead, very pale, voluptuous bosoms she was showing. She had a neck brace on. I was like, what the fuck? And she's talking about what happened. She goes, she was driving home, and she stops to get some gas. And she's pumping her own gas, and in between the gas pumps, there's this kid, looks to be about 14 years old, and asks for a ride. Looks very dejected, down on his luck, kind of sad. And she's thinking to herself, this isn't good. I should not do this. But then she says, she goes, but then I started thinking, If it was just some well-dressed white boy standing there, I would probably give him a ride. So why am I letting my prejudice get in the way? So then I instantly, my fucking head, I just go like this. Okay, bring on the fucking nightmare. She's wearing a neck brace, for fuck's sake. And she decides to give him a ride. She said he directed her to this house, and she goes, "Is this it?" And he pulled a gun on her, points it to her head, and she said that his voice went from that poor, innocent, childlike guy that was standing there kicking the ground, asking for a ride, to a psychotic man, just in a split second. And robbed her of her bank cards and whatever money she had, and then started talking about, you like being fucked? You like being fucked? That I'm going to fuck you? And she said, this ain't going to happen. So when he made her take a turn, she just said no and floored the gas and aimed the car at a tree. And before she hit the tree, he fucking shot her right in the head.
Jesus.
Shot her right in the fucking head. Went through behind her ear and lodged in her head, but she was still alive. He ran out. Or took off in the car. She ran out of the car, ran to a house.
He didn't hit the tree or anything?
No. He wound up taking off in the car. She wound up getting help, and she's fucked up now. She's got some fucked up shit, bullet in her head. And they found him later on just driving around town in her car.
It's just fucking...
And it was like, just why didn't she just listen to herself? Like, why would you do that? And I even mean to a well-dressed white guy, too. You don't pick up fucking some stranger if you're some... chick.
No. Unless you're in a booth.
She and listening to her, you could tell she talked herself into doing this out of white guilt. It was pure white guilt, because she even said, "Oh, if it was a well-dressed white boy, I would have given him a ride. So why don't I, put my prejudice aside and do that?" Yeah. See what you get? A bullet in your head.
And she was an actress, but when he went from the kid's voice to the man voice. So she said, "Look, I can get you an agent."
Like, that is amazing. You can play such a variety of roles.
You're a character actor.
He's a character, all right.
Oh, Chip.
You're right. It is the white guilt, but there's such hypocrites too. There's such hypocrites.
Oh yeah.
They're down for the cause until like when they move in their neighborhood. Hold on here. That's why we give you low housing to keep you over there.
I just felt it was one of those situations where it was like she didn't listen to her instincts, and she let this PC bullshit override her natural instinct to self-preservation.
Do you know when I fucking snap? I mean, I really get upset on stage. If I'm like trashing, doing a black thing, like, no, listen, if I say a black joke or this and that, and you see a white girl look over at the black person to see if he's laughing.
Oh, really?
I
then she could laugh?
You fucking, first of all, you're the first one to lock your car door when he walks in front of you, okay? So don't act like you care, or is it okay if the black guy is not upset? Because black people don't give a fuck. If you fuck with them in a comedy club, they love it.
Comedy club, they're laughing their balls
They're
off,
just
right?
happy to be in a building with fucking heat and electricity, okay? So that's the last thing they care about, what you're saying about them.
But what about where you gig? Light your candles, people, for Rich Boss.
Pass out flashlights at the door.
Oh, Rich.
Yeah.
You're doing a little better than that.
Light bulbs.
Of course. Oh, Chip.
Just a little better.
And that I shouldn't be a live show. I should be on it. All the crack and
Yes, you
places
should
I've
be.
been. Okay, they never show good crack stories,
No, there's I shouldn't be alive, and then I survived. Are the two different ones. There was another one with a guy that had a bear attack him.
Jesus.
He was doing
Yes.
yes, hello, I love you. He was doing some geological survey or some bullshit in the middle of nowhere, and he walked out into an open field, and he said about 40 feet away was a giant grizzly bear just staring at him, and it charged at him. So you just saw this giant bear charging at him. He pulled out. He had a .357 Magnum on him.
That didn't knock it down.
Pulled it out, took two shots at it,
shit.
hit him with one, and the fucking bear
It just
didn't
made
even
him more
slow
angry,
down.
right?
Didn't even slow down.
And they
just grabbed him, started shaking him like a rag
And you know
doll.
they can run real fast when they have to, right?
40 miles an hour.
Fuck yeah.
Is it 40 miles an hour?
The guy said he was being mauled, but he laid down on his stomach, and the bear went away.
Right.
So he waited for a little while and said, like, oh, man, how fucked up am I? All his training told him just lay there. So he figured he had to see if he was wounded very badly. So he waited, and then he was like, all right. He sat up and went to look at his wounds. He looked. The bear was about 80 feet away, turned and looked at him, and just charged back at him again. He said the thing moved like a cat. It was just giant paws digging at the ground with his head low and his teeth showing, charging at you. He said he pulled it. He got his gun again, fired off. He got 2 shots off before the thing was from 80 feet to on top of him. He was only able to squeeze 2 shots off at him.
Jesus.
And those 2 shots still did nothing.
No,
to this bear.
you'd have to hit him right in the face.
Yeah, right in the brain pan. And he didn't have his .44 Magnum that he usually has. He had his .357, which is a little less powerful. But a .357 Magnum into a bear, and the bear still and then he's just going like, being shook around again, just going, oh, shit.
You should have laid longer.
Yeah, well, after the bear went away the second time, he lay there for like 5 minutes, wondering if he was just going to die.
They say you got to make believe you're dead, but who the fuck has the nerve to make believe they're dead when there's a bear
That's
around?
what he said. He said this training is the only thing. He goes, your first instinct is to fight back. He goes, but you cannot
or
fight
try to run,
or
which is going to be bad
He
as
goes,
well.
if you lay prone, no matter what the bear is doing to you, it will only last a few seconds, he says.
But that's almost impossible
I know,
for anyone
it's
to do.
Wait,
think about it.
self-control.
On your you can't curl up.
You go on your stomach. You put your hands. You try to interlace them over the back of your neck.
Because he's going to
put
take
your
a
elbows
bite.
out and leave your knees spread apart a little. So because he's going to try to roll you over and take a bite out of your side. It's very hard for him to bite your flat surfaces.
But what if you go in that position and he just fucks you in the ass?
Well, you'd probably rather be fucked in the ass than eaten by him. So,
but wait a second.
Yes.
If there's a tree there, at least you can keep running around the tree.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay, right. Are you a cartoon character?
Right.
That's
and I
great.
guess they could climb too, so you can't even climb up into a tree.
Yeah,
Well, they're fucked either way.
Grizzlies don't climb, but there's a.
Oh, they don't? Which
there's
ones
that old-
climb?
Black bears climb.
Oh, all right.
There's that old joke: if you're being chased by a black bear, if you're being chased
Here
by
we go.
a bear and you don't know what it is, climb a tree. If it's a black bear, he'll come up after you. If it's a grizzly, he'll knock the tree down.
Oh, okay.
Because they're very.
I thought we were going racist there.
Is that what
Look.
you said?
No.
What
a nice pleasant surprise.
Is that one
You
of
didn't
your
go
jokes
racist there.
at the hunting and gun club?
Yeah, it's down at the lodge. That's a big hit down at the lodge.
They all tell that with their raccoon hats.
Woo woo.
Guys, unbelievable. We got to take a break because our guest is here.
Good.
Poundstone Power is here,
No one
Rich.
else clapping?
Who?
Poundstone Power.
Poundstone Power.
He's
You know
playing
who this guy
Carolines
is?
this weekend while you play
No, he's
Bananas.
not.
You're going to arm wrestle him.
Who is he?
He's a comedian playing Carolines.
Oh, cool.
He's a new guy on the scene.
You can actually see Poundstone Powers February 11th. He'll be at Club Madrid in Las Vegas.
Oh,
wait, that would be me.
Oh, that's Jim Norton.
And then the 12th, I'm doing the Melrose Improv.
Maybe have Poundstone Power open up for you. Poundstone Power is a power lifter, Rich.
He lifts things.
Exactly.
He's very strong.
Yeah, so we're going to watch him and go, wow, you're real strong.
Poundstone's
Really?
America's Strongest Man 3 years running. And the Arnold Schwarzenegger Strongman Classic Champion 2 years running.
Damn.
So there. He's also the world's strongest cop. Do you know that?
Is he really a cop?
What does that mean?
He works as a cop Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. Goes to the gym 5 days a week for 3 hours a day. He's weighs 330 pounds, eats about 8,000 calories a day. This is just off the top of my head. I know a lot about this guy.
See, I've just been doing a little bit of cardio. I did eat pie and carrot cake this morning.
Yes,
I
we
know.
did.
Why-
Cardio is bullshit.
What's that?
It's fucking bullshit.
Dr. Vaughn.
What the fuck is...
Dr. Voss, the surgery. Dr. Voss, the surgery.
Yes, it's just...
Cardio is bullshit.
You can't just say that.
No, it is.
Why is it
for
bullshit?
Fucking, listen, if you're trying to lose weight, it's all fucking diet. Cardio is good if
But
you're
I
trying to
don't-
work on your heart or on your.
Hold on, let me. But you're saying things like that I didn't not say. Like I didn't I do eat much better normally.
Yeah,
except today was bad.
that's-
And cardio I am doing for my heart.
Yeah.
But it's also
You
good
have
for
no
weight
heart.
loss to keep you fucking.
You don't think burning
Of course you
calories
burn.
contributes
let
to
me
weight
tell
loss?
You tell me
Listen,
joggers don't lose weight?
Oh,
They also
joggers.
drop dead.
First of all, I saw a
Jim
jogger
Fix
this
anyone?
morning
Yes.
when I was coming here in his tight pants. It was 2 degrees. All right, really, is it worth it? You can go
Why
on
are
a
you
fucking
looking?
treadmill for an hour
How'd
and
you know
lose
you had tight
300
pants?
calories. Okay, you lick a little jizz off your chest. That's the whole fucking. 300 calories is nothing.
Cardio isn't
It's
just treadmill. That's where you're making a
well,
mistake.
whatever.
Sure it is.
Stairmaster,
could get like some real severe fucking cardio going and burn a lot of calories.
300, I usually do 500 calories during workout. But that is something, because if you're eating 2,000 calories a day, or whatever, that's fucking 25% of your daily intake. What are you talking about?
Lift weights.
Well, that's a good comeback.
If you lift weights, you're going to burn calories.
That's also very good, but that's not what I'm doing.
I mean, it's maybe too late for you, but still, okay, you'll build muscle, which will
But you can't say cardio is bullshit because you don't good at cardio.
It's not bullshit.
He's just not good at cardio.
No,
because he smoked since 1958, and cardio is bad.
Brendan Vaccaro voice over here. Okay,
Brendan Vaccaro. Exactly.
Brendan of a carrot cake.
Did he get that one right? That was a close one. I guess we'll give it. We'll give it to him. We'll give it to him.
I don't know. I think it's overrated.
I'm just lucky I'm in the gym at all. I've been doing almost an hour every other day or every day.
That's great.
I'm lucky I'm
Are
going
you lifting?
at all. No.
You're going to burn calories that way and build muscle at the same time.
I understand that.
You know.
But I like doing the fucking... I'm lucky I can get myself to the
Carrying you this show.
That wasn't bad.
Whatever.
Not bad, right?
Now put on your fucking Miss Meanie glasses, fucking old lady.
Miss Meanie.
You know what it is? It's like two pals will laugh at each other. It doesn't matter. But it was funny. But cardio stinks.
Cardio is good for your heart, man. I'm worried about my heart.
All right, listen. Why don't we ask Pound Stone Power, the power lifter?
That's true.
We're gonna take a break. We'll have him in, and
Power,
you could talk to him about cardio. All right?
Looking at him. Can he hear this?
No.
Yes, he can.
I swear to God, he
can.
can. He's in the green room.
He's probably strong as fuck. Obviously, if he's the strongest
Yeah.
cop on the planet.
Right.
But he's not ripped. He'll be big, but he won't be ripped.
Well, he's probably a
don't think so?
powerlifter. Powerlifters usually not ripped.
Well, see, I bet his arms are pretty fucking defined.
Don't get me wrong. I mean,
You think he's intelligent, or you think he's dumb because he's?
I can't call anybody dumb. I'm not in
I'm
that
just
position.
asking.
That's true.
What do you think? What do you think of this guy?
I'm sure he's smart because he's a.
Lay
he's
it
a
out
cop,
for everyone because
most
he's not listening right now.
I'm
gonna pull
sure
a
he's
fire
smart
engine.
guy. Huh?
Smart guy,
fire engine.
Smart guy, but a little soft.
No, I don't think. No, that's you're saying that. He's got to be a smart guy if he fucking
No,
got onto this show.
you said his
I
body
mean.
isn't ripped though, right?
No, I don't think he's not like a bodybuilder. Like when you see those bodybuilders, you know, late at night, you're online looking at bodybuilders. They're fucking, they're ripped, man. Oh, they got muscles where you don't even
Did he just
know.
say,
You don't even know where the muscles come from. They're just muscles. And go, just a muscle there? You know, usually you're concentrating on one.
I never even knew there was a muscle there.
Can you give us another?
I said to Bonnie, I go, I'm working on my traps. I want to get my traps. And her line was, there's never been anybody funny with traps.
Why isn't Bonnie
She is
here?
good, man.
God, is she great? I wish she was here.
Funny, funny with traps.
Pound Stone Power next.
Oh, coming back hard and heavy. Rah, yeah. Rah. Opie and Anthony show. There he is. Were you going wee-wees
I
or
was going-
poopies?
I wish I could go poopies.
I know. You know what? If you don't poo when you're supposed to, then it, like when I do radio here, like it screws up my whole cycle and shit.
Why you're supposed to be shitting during this
when
time?
I get up, it takes me about an hour.
Yeah.
You know, some coffee or whatever.
How old are you now, Rich?
Huh? How old am I now? Compared to the last break?
It's very good because why do people just say that? How old are you now? It's like how old are you? How old were you last week?
You're not old. You should still be regular.
I'm 53.
Shouldn't you be regular still?
I don't know.
Shouldn't you just wake up and shit?
Just right when you get up?
Yes.
Right before.
No. I know, Bonnie.
I don't shit before. Right when I
It's like at will, but she just in and out. Like I opened. She forgot. You know, don't you?
Will you spit it out?
She forgot to unlight it. Or do you want to?
You can't even make a good cum swallow joke. I'll do it for you. Or maybe I should swallow like you.
I didn't do that because it would have been too easy. That's why I stopped. I opened the toilet by mistake. I was pissing in the bathroom and left a log. But it was like a man's log. It was so big, and I go, for another week I couldn't fuck her. Because,
She left it there on purpose.
You couldn't fuck her for a week?
Like, you know, I mean,
You just were thinking of that log?
You just kept eating her ass.
I know. It was so big, and you know, you look at it, you go, such a sweet little timid girl. Nothing that big should come out of her ass. You know, it's just
It intimidated you?
Nothing that big ever goes into it. See, that's a Rich has a small dick joke. Not a Bonnie takes it in the ass joke. I don't know Bonnie that well.
Why don't we ever see logs from women, though?
Why don't we see them?
What town are you living in?
Happy Town.
Please. In this city, you can get all kinds of logs. You don't know living until you've laid and had a Russian drop a glop of shit on your chest and a suppository bounce off your chest and hit the floor. You don't know what life is.
What the? That's fantastic, Jimmy. You have the best stories.
There's nothing. Like, I'm a sex freak and this and that, but how can you get hard from that?
There's nothing sexual about that.
Is that a sexual thing?
I don't know how that is
But
considered
maybe it is a
sexual.
sexual thing.
I personally don't see anything sexual about it.
Me neither.
Jimmy's got this smug smile on his face, like,
Is there-
whatever, rookie.
Is it connected to some kind of sexual
No,
feeling?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think it's a degradation thing that might somehow eke over into sexuality based on being degraded, like it would be for a cholera.
And the
flea or
Russians are
something
the
like that.
best?
No, Russians are the worst.
No, as far as the
No.
consistency of the log.
It was a fucking paintball. It was like I was bombing on stage, and a tomato had been thrown at me.
That's all the beets they eat.
A lot of beets.
Oh,
Yeah, was it
right.
red?
Right, the Russians like their
Stringy. And
beets.
it was like a paintball.
Yeah.
Just a nugget came out, like a milk dud.
A milk dud. Picture something like
Oh, a splatter. Oh,
Splatter.
I thought you meant a paintball that didn't explode.
No.
Oh, okay. Wow. Did it leave a welt?
Oh,
Those
so-
paintballs hurt. Wow.
Oh, God.
Whoa, that's too solid.
See, that's, look at
Picture a
Look at that.
meatball.
Was it warm?
Yeah.
Was
Of course.
it hot?
Yeah, it's always right in the body. The body's holding it.
jeez.
Where's my guess?
Hold on. So, Rich, you think, what's his name again? Poundstone Power is a little soft, right?
I don't think he's soft.
You don't think he's ripped?
I guarantee he's built. He's got muscles like a maniac, but he's not a bodybuilder. That's my opinion, but he might be.
Opinion based on what? You need
The
something to have
powerlifters I've
that's a
seen.
guess.
The powerlifters I've seen
That's a
on TV.
guess you're
it's
making,
not
not
a
an
guess.
opinion.
Listen to me, fucking wafflehead. From the powerlifters I've seen on TV.
A waffle head.
From the powerlifters I've seen on TV, they're not compared to the bodybuilders. That's I could be 100% wrong. I'm
Okay,
not,
so that's what you're basing it on. Okay,
Yes.
I didn't know what you were basing it on.
Yeah.
Because you never met the guy. I thought it was
No,
just
I know the guy
All right.
can rip me in the pieces.
Where
I
is
know
he?
he's a fucking.
Let's get him in.
All right, bring in Poundstone
Yeah,
Power.
Let's get Poundstone Power in here and see if Rich is just talking out his ass. Yeah, there you
Jesus
go.
Christ, the guy's
Holy shit.
ripped.
That's
I
big.
told you he'd be fucking ripped.
This guy's a big gentleman.
These guys are going that you're not ripped. I'm going fucking ripped.
Really?
All right, the one
Really?
back there.
This is where every skell thanks God
You were
there's
listening to the
cameras
show this morning?
everywhere.
You're the one.
I think Rich was the one that didn't think you were ripped.
No, I didn't say he was.
Every fucking skell out there looks at this guy and goes, thank God there's fucking cameras everywhere. Because you look like the kind of guy that would really like just pounding someone's face in after they make you chase him a little too far.
Look at his hands.
Well, compared to you, Rich, come on, really?
I don't get like a chair or nothing. You guys make me
Yeah, I
stand.
know. What the fuck?
What type of hosts are you guys?
Get the guy. I know shitty ones apparently.
I just stand on the train. Now I got to stand up here.
You get anything you want. Believe me. Get him a chair. What the fuck?
I'm kidding. It's all right. It's all right.
Jesus.
Get our guest a chair. He's just standing there. Sam, please.
You want to take your coat off or anything? Are you a little cold?
Yeah.
Or?
Well,
Rich
I
wants to see
had
him.
to walk over from the station. I was freezing my ass off.
Rich wants to see your muscles.
Holy shit.
Hey, by the way,
What the hell is going on?
It's not Poundstone Power. It's Derek.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not like Shakira with just one name or something.
I figured it's your stage name, though. We'll get your stage name out there.
Look at his traps.
His arms are ridiculous. They're giant.
His arms are as big as my thighs.
Dude, how often are you in the gym?
About 15 hours a week.
15 hours a week.
But you have nothing else to work on.
Well, here's the interesting thing.
It's all.
I do like the World's Strongest Man competitions.
Yeah. Those things are sick.
So what I do is mostly not trying to get stronger. I mean, I'm a byproduct of just lifting heavy shit, you know. So like I'm pulling stuff and lifting Atlas stones and all that good stuff. So
I love that when they grab those giant fucking round rocks and they got to lift them up to certain level platforms, and it's ever increasing.
What was the what was the most ridiculous thing you guys had to do for strongman?
Anything like that?
Back in 2009, we were in Malta. We did. We pulled Airbus A310. It's like a 727, the big passenger airplanes.
Right.
About 110,000 pounds. So should see that's probably the
Yeah, but did you
hardest
get
thing.
it in the air?
Yeah, no.
That's pulling it fast.
Was it on wheels?
Was it on wheels?
Fucking downhill. No, but I mean, you know what?
No, it was chalked up on bricks, like a fucking hillbillies.
What on wheels?
I see someone's watching it there.
Wow, yeah.
That's insane.
That's you.
God damn. That's you.
That's you.
Rich is all.
You think he could swing a golf
amazed.
club, though, Rich?
Huh?
I would imagine
shit.
he pushes everything right, doesn't he?
That is crazy.
Huh?
I never understand how you overcome the lack of friction. Like, you could pull heavy shit, but really the only contact point are your feet.
Yeah.
And if you're not as heavy as what you're pulling, how the fuck do you do that?
Well, it's actually a really good question. I guess something I get asked a lot.
Of course it is.
But, you know, if you look at any of the videos of me pulling stuff, I'm wearing these purple shoes. They're rock climbing shoes. So there's a whole technique with the second rope that you're actually hooked to either another vehicle or something. You're pulling that and you're generating a lot of torque on your feet, on your toes, just like a rock climber. You know, you're really digging in the ground. So
Do you do cardio?
Hold on.
yes, yeah.
You do cardio?
Hold on,
Cardio is
Rich.
bullshit, but for losing weight. But I do cardio first.
Don't you think it's bullshit for losing weight?
Not if you eat healthy.
Well, it depends. I think
You got it's
now
more
when-
diet than the cardio, right?
No, actually, see, this is where it gets kind of interesting because most people do cardio. They're keeping the heart rate between 140, 160 plus beats a minute. Fat burning is about 120 beats a minute, so it's actually just like a fast walk. So you'll burn more fat in 40 minutes of let's say a moderate pace walk on a slight incline than you will running. Like, that's why look at a marathon runner, for instance. They're not really ripped. Most of them aren't. There's a few that are compared to like a sprinter.
Yeah, they're not like us, like me and you, like ripped guys. You know what I mean?
Rich, show him. You're laughing, Derek. Show him.
I don't have abs.
If I just kind of keep it in a stupid slower pace, I'll lose more weight.
Oh, here
I'm serious. 120 beats a minute.
Look at that, Derek.
Not bad
Come
for an
on.
old guy. Holy crap.
Not bad for an old guy.
What, are you kidding me? Look.
Oh, now yeah, come
I
on,
didn't
Rich.
think it was
show
that type of show. I don't know. I was going to think.
Stop showing your
See
thorax.
naked guys in here.
Hold on.
Pull the curtain.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're looking at YouTube videos of Derek working out, man.
That's a lot of weight on that bar, I'd say.
How much is that you're going to lift here in this video?
It's 500.
500.
Bench pressing 500?
But the significant thing is that was about
That's
a year
Patrice and a half.
after I tore my pec. I tore my pec in early 2008.
How did that feel?
Oh, geez. I've actually, I'm going for an epidural tomorrow on my upper back. I've got 2 herniated discs, 2 bulging discs, torn left quad.
Now, this is
torn right
obviously
pec.
directly caused by what you do.
Lifting heavy shit.
Lifting heavy shit.
Oh, really? You didn't think it was because he was on the internet, you fucking idiot? Really? He's lifted 500 pounds and he fucked his pec up. No, I think that's from lifting weights.
I didn't ask if the plane wheels were down, okay?
Yeah, you should really be
Flying when you pull it.
Listen to me. You want to concentrate when he asks the questions, okay? Not this fucking idiot.
When you rip a pec, though, does it roll up?
It depends. There's 2 types of muscle tears. There's a detachment.
One of the sickest things we ever heard, Triple H came in here and he said how his
Quad, he tore his
quad, and he said it rolled up like a shade.
Well, there's
Can
two
you imagine?
There's 2 type of tears. There's a muscle tear. There's a detachment. And the muscle tear is what I suffered. Every tear I've had has been a muscle tear because I lift so much heavy stuff. My tendons are very strong. So like Triple H, he's obviously doing wrestling, so he's more athletic. I'm not gonna say more athletic. It's just different, I guess you could say.
Sure.
Like, I mean, I have bigger joints and stuff. So, so his muscle detached from the bone. Where mine, it's like take a chicken breast and sort of bend it and it tears in the center.
So that's what happened.
So what happens is like when I tore my quad and I tore my pec, they didn't detach. It's just a divot.
Thank
in
God,
the pec.
right?
But the detachment's actually less painful. Because once it detaches, that's it. You know.
They unroll it and then
Then
just
they reattach it.
What do you have to do for a tear in the middle like that?
Nothing.
You just got to let it heal.
Yeah, it's I'd say about my quad was 4 months of rehab.
Now, does it take you out of working out? I mean, obviously you can't do a lot of.
He probably just works on his legs or something.
No, you can work legs and stuff. I'm asking what type of things he normally would do that he can't.
You
do.
asked if the plane had wheels. You got to shut up.
You're just sitting there like a
blew it a long
vulture
time
ready to
ago.
swoop down on my shit lines and bad questions.
You blew it a long time ago. Did the planes have wheels?
When you had a cast on your arm, did you have to stop playing golf, or do you?
I didn't mean did he stop. Obviously, he didn't just
he can
stop
work out
working
another
out.
body part, but he's not going to fucking. If his chest is fucked up, he's not going to just build his legs up to be
But
like.
you can't just stop working out.
I bet
your
you he
upper
continued
body.
working out. Rich.
Exactly.
How about we let him answer?
To solve the argument, in 2008 when I tore my pec, I actually competed 6 days later.
See, Rich, that's why that question was worth asking.
It's not for the faint of heart. No brain, no pain. I guess is what I was telling myself.
Well,
don't think about it.
no pain for Rich.
The receptors don't know where to go because it's not. You really a cop?
Yeah, full time. I actually worked. I worked 16 hours yesterday. So
Jesus.
it's definitely it's a tough schedule.
In the city?
Holy shit!
No, in Connecticut, in Naugatuck.
And you said you're getting an epidural tomorrow. So what are they going to do for you?
Well, it's epidural and upper back. They're going to put cortisone. I've got 2 bulging discs in my thoracic spine, so I've got a competition in a month. So I'm having a hard time training because of the pain.
Do you have pain that shoots out? I got pain shooting out to my hip because I got a herniated disc.
Yeah, you probably have a lumbar herniation. I've got 2 lumbar herniations or bulge. That's sciatica. So mine's similar.
So what does that mean? Do I have to get an operation?
No. If it's still bothering you, I mean, you can do what I'm doing.
How many of your vertebrae are still good?
That's
do you have like a couple
12.
of good ones left in there?
Do you have a herniated disc for real?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I've had one for a while. It sucks.
Here's the thing about herniated disc in your lower back. Is when you lose weight in your stomach and you build up your stomach muscles, it'll take the pain away from your herniated disc because your whole back is connected.
I'd rather listen to Derek. Derek, what can I do for my herniated disc that's real low?
Derek, true or complete asshole? What is it? What is it with Rich?
Can you throw it through that double glass?
It's partially true.
Yeah, just pick him up and throw it through the window.
I mean, you're not like a heavy guy, so I would say
cool.
it's not so much. Listen, if you have a bad back, especially herniated discs, the best thing to do is train it because you want to know what it's going to help stabilize that area.
Do you do yoga?
What if you have a bad neighbor?
No, I heard about the toe. What was this thing with the toe? Yeah, I guess
it's bad. I'm still surprised it's not broken, but it's bad. I fucking fell down the stairs.
You fell down the stairs?
So it wasn't
After
actually
yoga.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
Can't get any more fat.
Yeah, he's carrying his tampons.
Right.
Bye, madam.
You take yoga?
Have fun.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my back back. It sucks. I've tried everything. So I'm doing a little yoga, and then I fell down the stairs. It doesn't get any worse than that. I know.
Fell down the stairs after yoga.
Right. Hey, could you lift Rich Voss in the air?
No. I
bench
got a
press
bad
Rich
back.
Voss?
I'm 53. Of course he can.
It's a little low in here, but yeah.
Yeah.
or you want to go for the
E-Rock
real?
is the
You want to
big
go
one.
for the challenge and bench press E-Rock?
Sure. Where is he?
He weighs about.
He's in the aquarium.
He weighs about 320 pounds.
Why'd you bring baseball bats? Can you really break a bat?
Yeah, I don't do it the.
What?
Are they
let's say
fake?
The Bo Jackson. No, I'll let you guys try it.
Are they
I heard you
fake
guys talking
bats?
about my pans. I want you to try to bend my pan if it's so easy.
That wasn't me.
No.
That was
How about this? I think I can
Derek.
fit it through his watch
Derek,
after I roll it out.
Did you see the guy in America's Got Talent?
Yeah, he's a amateur competitor.
I know, but those pans are made to be bent by guys like you. Is all I'm saying.
How are they made to be bent?
They're
Mine are. I'll show you. They're
Let me see how that. Look, you can prove me wrong. And you look at this.
Look
thing.
at that. It's a fucking frying pan.
that's a
It's
legit
a frying pan everyone would use. T-foul.
Rich, try to bend that.
frying pan.
Huh?
How
Try
do
to
you
bend
start?
the.
From where? Here?
I start on the edges.
Should I take this off first? Yeah. This is why I can't bend it.
Yeah, because the cardboard wrapper is
It
still
makes
on
it more rigid.
Are you really going to try that?
Yes.
Stupid. I'm
He
just kinda
does it
feeling
sideways, like from the side.
I know, I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
feeling it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, go ahead, bend it.
No, it's
You
heavy.
gotta try.
That's like a really.
like kind of like this, sort of.
This?
Yeah, try more like that. There you go.
Yeah, Jimmy's trying. Is it moving at all,
So I
Jimmy?
could probably do it, but my back's messed up.
Let me say.
And try to bend the pan.
Wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, this isn't one of those thin aluminum ones.
God! No fucking way!
It's a
It doesn't even move in. Doesn't even move.
No way. Rich.
All right, you're proving me wrong today,
Rich.
Derek.
Give it a try. It doesn't.
Rich,
budge.
use your teeth.
Do that one again.
Go ahead.
How you bend it this way?
This way, yeah.
How funny it would be if Voss just folded it up like paper, and we realized he's really strong.
I'd
I
leave.
couldn't bend this.
Nothing?
Who would want to break a good pan?
All right.
Oh,
Give it
here
to
it goes.
Derek. I want to see him do this.
Here it goes. It hasn't.
I don't know, Opie. You were talking. I think you ought to try.
You really
I
are.
believe- I
how they
believe you.
fold up.
He's like, nah, I
You
believe
can,
you.
you can fucking
yeah.
blow out a disc doing that.
I can admit when I'm wrong. Here goes Derek. He's going to bend
look
this
at
fucking
those-
pan
see,
that we all just tried to
His
bend.
arms are a little different than all of ours.
A little bit.
Put all of ours together, and it's one arm.
Oh.
Holy Jesus. He's all right. It's rolling.
He's
rolling
rolling
up a fucking frying pan. Look at that. Yeah, there you
you know
go. Holy
Now hit
shit.
Rich Voss over the head with that. Please.
That's fucking. Look at that.
Oh, God damn. How do you do that? That's just pure power.
These are a
Pure
little thicker.
power.
Poundstone power.
That's right.
You should bring it back and say it's defective.
I was cooking, and it just curled up on me.
One political argument with my wife, and all of a sudden this thing is not good anymore.
She was getting what I call lippy.
No, you can tell you bring it back to the
Look at
store.
that.
So you put it on the oven. You put it on the stove. And it curled up.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm
You should
wrong.
get a refund. You all right, Jimmy? You all right, Nana?
Yeah.
I kind of thought it was a corny thing, to be honest with you. A little bit of a corny thing.
You know, the
but-
funny thing is, I brought stuff like handcuffs and crap, but I didn't really realize they don't fit in my wrists. But you know, there's a lot of stuff that we like. I'm not one of those circus sideshows. I just pick up random things and I just try to do it. Like the baseball bat. There's the whole Bo Jackson used to do it and snap it.
Yeah.
You're right, right.
I don't do that. I just more like a hydraulic press, put on my leg and
Oh,
push it.
slowly, kind of not using
yeah.
momentum.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, we do things a little differently.
I dare you to break Voss's neck.
Can we see the baseball bat?
Yeah, why not?
Man.
This is fucking insane. That
This
fucking
fucking-
pan.
But once again, let's have Rich try to break the bat.
I can't break the bat. What are you kidding me?
Can we try to break it on the side of the counter even?
No.
It's got the.
Oh, is that what helped? No, we're not breaking on the end anyways.
What's that?
That's so you can cork it.
Yeah.
What is it?
Let's not. Slowly.
I'm doing it slow. I'm trying to see something.
All right.
I'm just feeling this.
If someone accidentally breaks it, I'm leaving.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's, heavy. No, I won't even give that
I
a
mean,
whirl.
the end's this end's a little hollow, but I'm going to be breaking right around here.
Well, hold on. This is gonna fly.
All right. I hope so. Hope you get a splinter in your eye, boss. Oh, shit. Fucking that wasn't even like when you break a stick over your knee and kind of really hit it hard, he just slowly pushed down.
Yeah, but it's down by the fucking handle. I'm not.
Oh, yeah, Rich. There you go. That
was a critic. What the
By
hell?
the fucking handle.
Yeah.
Come on. Wow. Jesus Christ.
Break Rich's neck by the skinniest part of that. Could you just slowly over your knee?
By the way, Derek, why are you here?
I don't know.
No, aren't you promoting stuff? Are you promoting stuff?
Yeah,
Or are you just hanging out?
What happens is I have a show on Sirius XM on Wednesdays, and they don't promote it, so I gotta come down here
shit.
at 5 o'clock in the morning, take a train to fucking New York. So
What's the
to
show
break
about?
crap.
How's that?
What's the show about?
It's about just sort of
Embroidery.
We call it, it's about
Remember,
knitting.
wheels on a plane, asshole. I bet you it's not about breaking stuff. How about that?
It's actually it's funny because it's the first show of its kind. It's really it's more about high performance living, sort of doing what I do, which is being a professional athlete and managing home life. Because I'm getting married in 6 months, so it's managing things like planning for a wedding, and I work full time. I mean, I'm a real guy. I'm no different than got your listeners. You know, I work 9 to 5.
You're no different, really? Obviously, you have no mirrors in your house. You're a fucking mutant that breaks. You're no different. You're nuclear waste with teeth.
Derek,
The only thing our listeners would do with that frying pan is fill it with bacon.
No, what I'm saying is what they do. Like, let's say most of your listeners, okay, they're not breaking shit, but
just floorboards.
Is your fiance?
Our listeners are fat.
Is your fiance a bodybuilder?
No. She's
Derek, I got to ask you about the steroids.
Oh, it's a question I get a lot.
Well, I would imagine. That's why I want to ask it. Did you ever do?
No. I'm actually tested out by my department and also one of my big sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, so,
it's
where are you at with steroids as far as what do you think about athletes, doing
here's a problem with the whole steroid conversation is how are you going to legitimately test everyone. I mean, it seems like there's a lot better things you could spend. The government could spend, literally hundreds of millions of dollars on these grand jury indictments and stuff for really because of listen. I think we're at fault. First off, the people that watch baseball or football, we paid these guys $10 million plus a year. Listen, if I told you that, if someone told me, hey, listen, I'm going to pay you $10 million. I mean, 90% chance you can get better at your sport. You just have to take this risk. Come on, we're Americans. We're not dumb.
And we love seeing fucking home runs that are smashed out of the park.
Yeah, we don't care.
Come on, we love
as fans.
seeing.
That's what I want to see. I don't care.
But now the problem comes is now there's also more dilemma too. Like it's a fine line, and it has to be weighed properly. And the problem is I don't think it's something that our government should get involved in. It's something that the sport should be getting involved in. Because listen, do you honestly think that the NFL cares or Major League Baseball really care if the government didn't care? So I think you're seeing piss poor attempts to.
No, because when the government wasn't involved, Major League Baseball knew what was going on and didn't care.
But look at the difference. Look at since steroids became illegal, it's more rampant now than it was prior to 1990. So that's the issue.
I don't know about that. It seems like the home runs were down the last couple of years.
Well, last couple of years since they've really.
I think too. Think about it. If you're like even take a guy like myself, don't you think I'd even be worried just? Because there's that negative connotation. Trust me, I everywhere I walk, there's sort of that whispering over the ear, sort of, pss, pss, what's this guy taking? But the issue is, if you saw my brother and saw my father, I mean, my father was over 300 pounds. He passed away in a car accident 10 years ago, but he was over 300 pounds, and my brother's 260 pounds. He lives in Florida.
Is he a weightlifter?
Yeah. But he's a family man. He trains 3 times a week, and he's just a big guy. So
do you literally hear holy shit when you get out of the car when you pull somebody over? Do you like, if I looked in my mirror and just saw him walking up to the car, I'd just be like, oh my God.
Everybody wants to be his partner. Nobody wants the chick. They're all trying to fucking buddy up with him.
The comments have been they're funny. Well, it depends. I worked during the day shift, and for a while I worked in the high school, which is probably one of the cooler gigs.
Oh,
all the kids,
hell yeah.
All the kids just sort of love me, And
yeah, I bet.
The biggest thing is I'm not.
Speaking of high school, have you seen his girl?
She just had to leave.
What do you call it?
How do I get rid of my tits and that? Let's get to the fucking meat of the issue.
Yeah.
How do I get rid of my tits and my side fat?
A bullet.
You got to listen to the radio show Wednesday nights.
Tell her to leave.
That's what the show's about.
No, it's just diet and exercise. The thing is, it's not that difficult, and that's sort of what I preach. That's why look, I'm traveling. I got my cooler with my water, my food. So it's all about planning ahead. The biggest thing is I think that most Americans that are suffering from weight issues, they don't eat enough. Believe it or not, most people don't eat enough, and that you could. The biggest byproduct of that is drinking cups of coffee and stimulants, stuff that has caffeine in it to try to give yourself energy because you're not eating. You are what you eat. So, and no one eats breakfast nowadays. It seems like no one's eating. They have a small lunch, they go home and then they binge. That's the biggest issue. If you calculate, most people, the most obese people I've ever dealt with, they're only eating 3,000 calories a day. I'm eating 8,000 calories a day.
I thought you were going to say they were in the studio.
There's nobody obese in here, really.
That's a joke. Jesus.
And that's like saying if he says black people, they're all in the studio. No, there's none here.
No.
Really? Really? Denial? You're on the board. You're teetering.
Is what?
Obese.
No, I'm not.
If you did listen, you don't have to be gigantic to be obese.
No, I'm not going to lift my shirt. But look,
them are fighting words.
You look good now.
Thank you.
You do.
Don't try to compliment me.
You do. You look good.
How do you figure out, like you said, people that don't eat enough will gain weight? I've heard that.
Yeah, because what happens is your metabolism just slows down.
So how do you figure out what's eating too much and what's eating enough?
Take a look in there.
Trial and error.
He just pointed at E-Rock.
Travis.
Because he's fat. Oh.
E-Rock's coming in.
It's trial and error. It's
for a landing?
The problem is eating late at night. Is that a big problem, eating late at night and going to bed?
Absolutely, and it's what you eat, obviously. But no, if you're a healthy guy, like I eat right before bed, and obviously I'm a heavy guy, so my body needs it for recovery because I'm training, hours and hours in the evening. So, but absolutely, I say that one of the biggest things you can do is even if the number one tip I can give to your listeners and anyone that's out there just driving around and having issues with weight
is find a tree.
Yeah.
is you gotta take a look at what you're eating, and then if you just take that we're eating in 2 meals or 3 meals a day, separate into 5 or 6 small meals. That's the first thing you do, and I guarantee you'll feel better.
It's so hard to do that though if you're living a life, trying to do something. It's hard to find time to eat 5 times a day.
That's the whole point. This is why I come out and I do this. This is why I have the show. Listen, I don't have the show because, I feel like, taking 5 hours of my day, once a week. It's great promotion, but the big thing is I really have an overwhelming urge just to help people, and I do it. And listen, I'm telling you, if I do it, then anyone else can do it. It's not that difficult. People look at me like, oh, you're a freak, but it's a byproduct of 15 years of really keep my nose to the grindstone. That's the thing is, once you get so good at it, it becomes second nature. It's not that difficult. You break it down. You start with small steps. Your first goal would be to take what you're eating, your crappy your diet for the day, and separate into 5 smaller meals. That's your first goal. Then from there, you try to take those 5 meals, make them slightly healthier. Then you go say, you want to know what? I'm going to park farther away from the mall, and I'm going to walk a little bit more. And from there, you say, I'm going to start joining a gym, and then you change your diet slightly. And so small steps. Over the course of 2-3 months, they're not going to be huge.
I know they're two different things, obviously, but what do you feel is more important for being healthy, diet or exercise?
You can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
If I would say you're going to sacrifice a little bit on both and give an honest attempt at both. But now, mind you, exercise doesn't have to be an hour of cardio sweating on the treadmill like you see those chicks with the tight spandex and running like
walking the golf course.
Absolutely, playing 9
driving
holes of golf.
cart.
But even like golf is a great example. So instead of driving the cart, you're going to walk the holes.
Let's not get crazy.
I caddied for a 9-hole charity golf tournament for women against domestic violence, and
who's only 9 holes? What kind of low budget?
How many looked at you and just started screaming?
That was a hit with the ladies.
They don't like that
though. Someone was telling me about a workout. Does this make any sense? They go, you only have to do one set to failure. Like that seems insane.
That's more advanced training. That's something Mike Metzer came up with, a big bodybuilder from the 70s. It's called high intensity training. The whole point, his whole philosophy was that, making muscle growth, stimulating muscle is like turning a light switch. Instead of turning it on 15 million times with sets, just turn it on once. So he'd say for each body part, you'd warm up properly, so you'd spend about a set or two warming up with lighter weight, and you do one set to absolute failure, and you extend that set as long as possible.
Is that failure with weight or with reps?
No, it's going to be failure with reps, always repetitions. So you're going to be shooting for, over more than 8 reps, somewhere thereabouts. But let's say when you hit failure at 5, so you're done, like with that bench video you saw. You'd rack it and you'd do something called rest pause, or you'd have someone assist you with a couple more repetitions. So
could you drop the weight too?
Yeah, you could.
I cycle through and just keep dropping the weight until literally I can't lift 10 pounds.
Have
you ever tried that? It's ridiculous.
And that's the thing is there's more than one way to skin a cat, so to speak. You could try different things, but the high intensity is actually very popular among some of the bigger bodybuilders. But
so it's not for a regular guy in the gym.
You want to if that's all you have time for. If you have 20 minutes to train, hell, go in the gym and do 2 body parts and warm up and do 1 set. It's better than nothing. I tell you, you'll get a pretty good result from it.
I mean, like guys like you and I would probably do something. But here's one last question.
Now,
and I've been working out in the gym forever, but you can't get your arm. Like there's certain body parts that don't grow because genetically they just don't get as big.
Well, that's because you're Jewish.
Oh,
sorry about that.
I was thinking the brain.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I think I got a decent chest. It's okay, but I can't get my arms big.
It's all depends on your skeletal structure, where the muscle's routed. I have really short connective tissue, so I don't really have an issue with. Like for instance, my calves are smaller than.
How do you find that out? I have short connective tissue.
It's. I've been in the gym for so long lifting stuff, and I never really tore a tendon. And you can just tell by looking. If I put my arm out, the muscle extends all the way up to the joint.
Oh, so instead of getting those tendony line things,
most guys, if you see their biceps start right here, like if you hold your arm out, if you hold your arm all the way out, you see that the bicep will start a little higher up.
And you can also see the fucking track marks.
Scary.
Also, too. People don't know, like black people look so ripped, but isn't their skin thinner than white people? That's why they're so ripped.
Hey, what? Jimmy the Greek.
What?
The fuck are you talking about?
I read
their
that in the
skin is thinner,
and that's why they look ripped.
Figuratively and literally.
That's why. Maybe it's not true, but that's what I read or heard, that black people, because they look so ripped without even working out, because their muscles show because their skin is thinner.
I have no idea.
Maybe.
I have no idea.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, that was Rich Voss
That's
that
not
said
racist.
that. And send your comments and letters to
That's not
Rich
racist. I didn't
Voss.
say
That's not a bad
there's-
question, though. Black people, if black skin is physically thinner, then someone would look more ripped. I mean, that's a fair question.
Might have something to do with just contrast.
The opposite's too.
Kinda
Swimming.
looks,
If you
cool.
swim a lot, your skin will get thicker.
Well, no,
Yeah.
black people don't swim, so that defeats the whole
there you go.
purpose.
There you go. You figured out your own
And
question.
your own
Hey,
letters.
with that, can we get him to lift E-Rock? That would be like.
Yeah, I would love that.
How do we do this?
I could probably do it out in the hall. Maybe you could do it here.
Oh, you're going to lift him right over your head sitting?
No, I could do it standing, but I don't know where the ceiling's high enough.
Nah, it's. I thought you could bench press him somehow.
That'd be too easy. You got to stand up somewhere. We could do it out in the hallway.
Eroy.
No, the whole.
Eroy.
It's the same ceiling.
His boy Eroy. Damn it.
Can you do it with.
Let me see stand up.
Oh, my God.
Then I'll be a little.
Just smash him into the tongue ceiling.
We could do it. I did someone over by the studio that I usually use. It's way in the corner, though.
Just keep smashing him into the ceiling. That'd be great. Oh, that'd be laughing my balls off.
Well, we got to do something.
E-Rock's got a body. If he did weights, light weights, and just cut up, you
I
can
was
tell
expecting
he's
some,
got
like,
the
some-
kind of body that's already looks like he works
does.
out. He does.
He totes around his own weight
No.
and he cuts up ham.
I'm telling you. You guys trash him. He's not that. He's in good shape, if you ask me.
He's skinny fat.
No one asked you. What? Really?
He's like skinny fat. He's not really. He's not really a fat guy.
He's not. He's a fucking.
Yeah, we know that.
You know, he's fucking.
But it's still
in
fun.
Good shape.
It wouldn't say he's in good shape, but
Huh?
He's not in good shape, Rich.
Well, I mean, it's not like he. You know, you act like he's like fucking Bobby or something.
He's 70% fucking fat.
No, Sam's fucking
Sam?
Bobby.
Oh,
Get it?
Jesus.
Because you're gay.
Right.
boy.
Me and him.
All right, that scared me because his mom's name is Bobby too.
Oh no!
I didn't know where
you
you were going,
Bob
man.
Kelly. That didn't even cross my
After
mind.
the apple pie we had this
That was
morning.
a wonderful pie, by the way. Your mom is
How do you lose
crazy.
weight? Well, maybe apple pie and
Yeah,
carrot
apple
cake.
pie was the worst thing.
We
to
had
have,
apple pie and
that
carrot
early
cake
in the
for
morning.
breakfast today, Derek.
But
Yeah.
but there's so much self-control involved too. I mean, there's so many people that just can't stop eating shitty food or
it's tough.
drinking wonderful beer. Now, I got to ask you something.
I'm a beer man.
I know I have unbelievable abs underneath some beer byproduct that seems to form right about here. Short of not drinking beer, what could I do? Because that isn't an option.
That's what we all ask.
But don't.
We want the shortcut.
That's not
Still want
an
to eat my
option.
ice cream and drink my beer.
We had a guy.
How do I get abs?
We had a guy that called in. Was it last week? He stopped drinking beer. He lost 37 pounds in 6 weeks.
Wow.
Holy
Just
shit.
to give you an idea. So now, if you're drinking beer, let's say 3 times a week, I say that's about average for a guy who enjoys a few
Keep
beers.
going.
For a guy.
Average, I said.
What about for
But
a
3
racist?
times. So about 3 times a week. Now, if you're doing 4 beers, that's 600 calories plus 600 if you're drinking just a crappy beer. Now, if you're drinking a better beer, it's close to 1,000 calories, I'd say.
And how many beers did he have on Friday night? I want to do the calories on this.
Wow, Friday night was Kalamazoo Girl karaoke night, right?
how many calories
Holy
per
shit.
beer? We'll
no,
do
that
the
was
math.
that was a lot of Captain
On low
Morgan and
end's
Coke.
150, the high end's about 180.
That was a lot
of
of Captain Morgan and Cokes.
How many?
I don't think I had any beer.
When you go beer, how many beers?
Beers?
In a Friday or Saturday night?
Fuck, let me think.
Danny, help us out. How many beers is it?
Danny, it's such a...
I'm on the same pace. You think I'm going to remember the
It's
number
kegs,
of beers?
so it's not bottles. I have a tap, which is really... I have a tap in my house. Ooh, ooh. But it's Bud Light and Pilsner glass, regular Pilsner
Safe
glass.
to say 20 beers?
I'll probably drink
In a run?
from a Saturday afternoon when we start until early Sunday
easily
morning
be
when we stop.
12 to 15 pints.
Easily, yeah.
All right, let's
12 to
call it 15 pints.
But that's a weekend. That's a whole. That's a fucking weekend.
How many calories in a
I'd
pint?
say, 12 ounces is just
Crazy.
over about 120 calories. So 16 ounces is about 150. So 12. So I would say about 2,000 calories.
Yeah.
But mind you, 3,000 calories equals a pound of fat too. So that's.
But I don't eat. I just drink
that's,
beer. No,
and that's the worst thing.
No, it's the worst thing.
That's the worst
Wait,
thing
no,
to
when
do.
you say 3,000 calories, equals
It's
a pound of
3,000
fat.
calories.
2,500 calories, right? Is it whatever? It doesn't go right to fat,
No,
though.
but
Some
what
of
I'm
it
saying,
goes
what I'm
to.
saying is excess
Yeah.
calories. So if you're trying to lose weight, for instance, you need about a pound a week is about the most you really should. Now I'm talking about fat. Now when you first start a diet, you lose like 10 or 15 pounds the first couple weeks. Usually guys do. A lot of that's water weight. You know, that you're just holding for whatever reason for a high salt diet or whatever you're eating or consuming. But now when it comes to burning calories, understand that take about a 3,000 calorie deficit a week. So just beer alone will will do that. I'd say if you were to quit drinking beer for 2 weeks, I'd be almost willing to bet you'd lose.
I gotta say, he makes a really good point because I cut down severely. Not from any like moral standpoint. I would love to I'm lazy. I just don't have the time to sit there and get drunk anymore. So I stopped drinking a lot of beer. I still drink a little bit, but I'm not nearly at the frequency that I was at, and I've lost a considerable amount of weight.
Beer is probably one of the worst things because it's sugar alcohol. So it's basically it's like drinking soda.
No, it's one of the best things.
You think if you're trying to, you think? I mean, obviously it's moderation, like you say, but what do you think is worse, sugar or fat? You know, like if you look at fat content, sugar because it turns into fat.
Because sugar, what happens with sugar? It's imagine like it's basically there's two things that sugar does. Not only does it excess calories, but also forces your body to release insulin. Because when you eat sugar, your body uses that sugar. Your body can't just take the sugar and absorb it. It has to have insulin to unlock every cell, and that's how the sugar gets absorbed in the cells. Now, insulin is basically like a drug, and just like a heroin addict, when the first time they do heroin, they're gonna get really high. Then like the second, third, fourth, fifth, and 60th time they do it, they're gonna have to do more and more and more.
Is that true, Rich?
You're getting less of a
freebase,
less of an effect. Insulin's the exact same idea. So when you're eating tons and tons of sugar, especially stuff like beer, sugar, alcohol, it really affects your sugar. That's why you get starving afterwards.
See, that's what it is. It's the insulin, not the alcohol. I'm addicted to the insulin.
I tried to quit sugar for 3 months. Obviously, it's going to be in everything, but I mean, if you're not eating, you know,
you understand the high. Why I say sugar is so bad because the high sugar diet is going to cause your body to release more and more insulin. It's going to cause. That's what type 2 diabetes. That's what it's all about. That's why you see it so prevalent. And then once that starts happening, you're resting. You're just sedentary blood sugar levels instead of being 70 or 80, maybe even 90 most. You're going to be running around 120. Now the sugar, when it runs through the body, it's kind of like little shards of glass. See, so it's not bad for you on a chemical standpoint. It's bad for you because you have this sugar, a little overabundance, maybe 15 to 20% more sugar in your blood. When it's going through the arteries and blood vessels and kidneys and liver, it's actually cutting it up.
So it's a physical. It's mechanical.
It's mechanical, so that's why
slicing.
That's why the first organ to go. You'll see. Well, actually, the first issue with diabetics is their eyes, because the blood vessels in the eyes are so sensitive. Because the eyes are the first place that are the only place in the body where you can actually see blood flow with a naked eye.
I'm never having sugar again.
Oh my God! And we just had that apple pie.
But so we're a diet that's so obsessed with low fat.
Yeah, right.
But when you're decreasing the fat on something, a lot of things you don't realize. Even if you're not increasing the sugar, your body has to release more insulin to control that sugar you're eating. So it's all about sugar, carbohydrates.
Hey, Sam, tell your mom thanks for killing us.
Sugar free.
It was sugar free. Yeah, that's
sure it was.
Hey, so sugar free is better than
it's
fat
all natural,
free.
pal.
You see that sugar free isn't either because you're talking about artificial sweeteners. So it's all about balance. Listen, you can't eat coffee cakes and ring dings and stuff like that and have them be low sugar, low fat.
What did you eat? Like, what do you eat to snack?
I brought actually with me. I do stuff.
A live buffalo.
Yeah, I have actually blended chicken in my bag. I think I'm supposed to have E-Rock try drinking.
Wait, blended chicken? Can we see what that looks like?
Yeah, I gotta.
Do you really drink that?
Is it cooked?
Absolutely, yeah.
It's cooked at least, right?
Yeah.
Like when I
That
quit,
sounds terrible.
when I quit eating sugar, I was eating a lot of like nuts and shit. But that's the worst thing for you too, isn't it? Because of the fat. Oh, look at that.
That's chicken.
It's chicken and water. Yeah, and
Here's a little sample.
you mix it up.
Wait,
I'm not touching that. What is it? What is it?
I would throw up.
Let me smell
Basically,
it.
what it is, it's I boil about 2 pounds of chicken
Boiled
last night.
chicken.
And
Oh,
chicken
my
breast.
God.
And I stick it in a blender and I
Can't you at
blend
least
it.
blacken it?
Yeah, but isn't that like just?
Can I see
That's
that?
how Brock Lesnar got diverticulitis, right? Do you eat? Do you eat vegetables?
Absolutely.
Why is anyone smelling this shit?
It's smells like baby food.
Wait, but see,
It's not bad.
That's just protein
What is
from
that?
lifting weights. I'm not smelling it.
Just smell it. It's
I
grab a
smelled it
sample.
when it went by. It just smells like chickeny stuff
wait,
or
what you say?
something.
Can
It
you
just
catch
tastes-
what?
Diverticulitis is when
From
you
what?
eat too much protein and not enough like vegetables and stuff,
I
right?
believe diverticulitis is more of a virus, so it's associated with eating meat.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily from eating too much protein. Just if you eat too much gamey meat or something to that extent. The guy I work with got diverticulitis.
Jimmy, smell it. It's really not bad. It just smells like chicken. It's just liquid
But
chicken.
that's not your sign. I mean, you got to have some kind of like something.
Well, I mean, I'm eating
peanut butter.
Yeah, I've got peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I've got yogurt. I've got.
But do you enjoy that chicken?
Absolutely not. It's just all byproduct. Listen, if I'm working, for instance, or if I'm here, I'm driving, traveling to New York. I'm not going to have time sometimes to sit down and have a pound of chicken, so I blend it up into a shake and I drink it. So it take me 30 seconds to drink this as opposed to eat it.
When you get a vegetable drink, I do beets, carrots, orange, and spinach. Are you getting the nutritional value?
if you're getting a drink like you're purchasing one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the best bet, but I mean, it's better than
the best
better-
is to chew up your own vegetables. But,
Well,
that's a
but even
fucking-
if you grab a juicer or blend up your own, with one of those big power.
But are you
blenders.
getting the nutrition out of it?
Again, when you're buying a product, it's slightly processed. So you're
No,
losing
this is fresh
No,
vegetables.
you absolutely are getting. Yeah.
Okay,
If you're,
just
if
as
you're-
much as eating them.
Yeah, there's no difference. Blending it. I mean, think about it. Most people don't chew their food.
Well, no,
to
because
death
there's a lot of
anyways.
shit that's left in the blender. I'm wondering if
Oh,
that's where the good stuff is.
The pulp. I mean, look at potato skins, for instance, have the most nutritional value as opposed to the actual inside portion. So everything's different. I mean, but you're losing a little bit. But listen,
With the
you're-
cheese
you're-
and bacon bits inside them? Potato skins?
Wait,
God, how
potatoes.
good
The
is
skin
that?
is good, right?
The skin's the best part of the potato. Actually,
I'm looking
the
at
best
your
part for you.
traps. You don't make people laugh a lot, do you?
Yeah,
When's the last time you belted somebody in the face?
It's been a couple weeks.
Couple of weeks.
Do you do it on the job once in a while if you have to?
After.
I hurt my thumb. July, I tackled some little Spanish guy, and look at it.
Jesus, all fucked
Oh,
up.
Mars, what was he doing?
Poor Mars.
Yeah, you been in any really good slobber knockers, as they call them, on the job?
The worst thing, I tell you the truth, I worked midnights for a couple years, and guys were actually pretty cool. Sometimes they'd get a drunk guy and he's sort of getting your face a little bit. And you're like, oh, come on, man, really?
What drunk guy's getting in your face? That is
But
the dumbest thing to do.
It was rare, but the worst were drunk women. Constantly, I'd say I'd have about one good fight a week where some chick would just like go at me and just start slamming. I'm like, what do you do though?
You can't
No,
hit
you
him
think
back.
you can't hit him back? That's why.
Well, I just can imagine, like, I sent some chick to the hospital. I got to testify in court, and they're like,
There's a
defendant,
picture of you,
please,
and-
I'm standing up, saying,
Throw your shit in
I
the
felt
fireplace.
my life was being threatened, sir. And here's this little chick.
So you probably have to take it easier than some guys do because
No, that's actually a good point because you don't understand that. Like, for instance, I compete. I've got a lot of stuff going on for me. So I'm a target because now if I hurt someone, they're obviously sue me. So it's definitely. And plus, listen. I'm not a douche. I don't want to go out and break people's arms and stuff. The guy I hurt myself on.
Obviously, you don't work the clubs I do. I'd love to see him and Rogan go at it.
Why be this big and not take advantage of it and crack some skulls?
Just start beating people
Fuck
up.
yeah. Just walking down the sidewalk, just fucking like Falcon punching everyone you
Tree to
see.
tree, just land and
Hey,
Why'd you tackle this
hold
Spanish
on.
guy?
We got Kevin Smith calling in minutes, and we definitely got to get him to lift D-Rock somehow.
We'll
have to
find
do
some
this.
place. Yeah.
Well,
I could probably do it sitting on a chair. I'm not sure what I can hold though.
we're on the radio.
yeah.
It's the
Why
radio,
not just
you're
go
right.
to the gym and do it?
Yeah, really. Can you do it sitting down, and maybe we get a couple guys to make sure that the chair is stable enough?
How
for
about on
you?
the floor? If he's just on
Or
the
can
floor.
you do it on the floor? I don't know. I don't know how.
I would lose my balance on the floor. I could try it sitting down somewhere.
On here?
Yeah, I think I do it there. Yeah, I'll try it. Maybe we'll set up or something.
E-Rock, you ready for this? How much you weigh, E-Rock?
600? Don't like
230. 230?
Like 230, a little more than that. I want 2 weeks off. 230.
Looks like foreplay. I don't know what they're doing over there.
230's not hard. How Easton buys like 620.
Yeah,
You're gonna lift him straight up?
I'll be fine, yeah. So I'm gonna just put you on my shoulder, and then I actually need someone to help. Probably, if you can, Sam, right?
Yeah.
Sammy, yeah.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'm gonna need this arm right here, this armpit. I'm gonna get on this side. The other one, my other arm's gonna be grabbing from right around your knee area. Okay. So I'm gonna pick you up. You're gonna be facing me. So he's just gonna help get your torso. You have to put it a little farther away though.
Okay.
He's gonna help get your torso.
What do you need me to do?
You're just gonna stand right there, and he'll just sort of.
then climb a building.
Just you're gonna face me. Ready? I'm gonna just pick you up like sack potatoes. Okay, now help get his torso on my arm.
Oh my God! All right.
Just grab his neck.
Yeah, just grab his neck.
Turn it sideways a little bit.
Oh my God.
There we go.
Okay, and
You drop him now? Is this where
No.
you
nah. Oh damn! He just lifted E-Rock right over his head. Just right over his head.
Do a couple reps.
He could literally just throw him, which you should if there was a dumpster nearby. Holy shit!
Incredible.
That is.
Could you push?
My God!
Could you push Eric through the window? I
I'd love to see that.
just want to see someone go through the window.
Damn it, that's pretty impressive.
Damn, man.
impressive.
Why'd you tackle the Spanish guy?
Exactly.
Oh, he tried
Wow.
when
Hey,
I was
Derek,
over with the
we-
motorcycle.
We got to take a break before we get Kevin Smith on the radio. You certainly can stick around and answer more questions. That would be great.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys want to have me,
Do you have a Twitter or we got
at Derek Poundstone, or go to my website, Poundstone Power.
At Derek Poundstone on Twitter, and then the show on Sirius XM Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. on XM 241, Sirius 125. I'm going to check out your show, man.
We're live.
Yeah.
We broadcast live right from a couple of studios down in Studio 2.
Very cool. All right, Derek's sticking around, and then we got Kevin Smith next. Back with the Opie and Anthony Show. Derek Poundstone in studio. And right now, we got our pal Kevin Smith on the line. Very cool. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, guys.
What's going on, buddy?
Number one, I'm going to be in there, I think, next week if you guys are around. Can I come in?
Of course you can. You don't even have to ask.
Number two, I'm bringing my movie to Radio City Music Hall on March 5th.
Oh, damn.
How cool is that?
Now, this,
we went up to Sundance last week with our new little horror movie, Red State, and I announced that I'm going to take the movie out myself. I just couldn't sit there and think of, like, it costs us $4 million to make, and then when people distribute movies, they have to spend money to market them, to make people aware of them, posters, TV spots, billboards, stuff like that. My movies, the work that I do, just can't hold up in this economic climate. I make rarefied stuff that just plays to my audience, and generally speaking, whenever I've made movies, the people who make them then spend a lot of money trying to reach people beyond my audience, make other people aware of the movie. And that's been great for years and years and years, but that was when there was a lot of money to go around. This economy can't do it. They can't, it's so wasteful to spend money on a Kevin Smith movie to make people aware of it, because the only people who want to go are people that like Kevin Smith. And Kevin Smith pretty much talks to them every morning on Twitter or does all those podcasts or gets on the radio with them. So for me, I was like, let's try to take this little $4 million movie out ourselves without spending $10 million to make to market it, or $20 million to market it, and get our money back and have fun with it. Take it out. Like, you know me, I'm out on stage all the time when I'm not making movies. So for me, I was like, between movies, I'm on a stage anyway. I'm between this movie, we finished Red State, and then I don't have another movie to start until Hit Somebody at the end of the year. So I was like, I'm going out on the road anyway to do Q&A. Why don't I take the movie out and show people the movie like months before it comes out?
Oh, my God. How smart is that? Now they go to Radio City Music Hall on March 5th. They see the whole movie, and it also says here you got, the people that are in the movie as well.
Yeah, well, we're using, for us, March 5th, that show at Radio City Music Hall, that kind of kicks off the tour. We're using that as our de facto premiere, so we're trying to bring as much of the cast as possible out for it. It sounds like everybody's coming. Michael Parks, who plays the Reverend Aben Cooper in the movie, the Pastor Aben Cooper, the bad guy.
Great.
He's so phenomenal. He's probably going to sing while we're out there, because he sings a lot in the movie. And, he used to have 3 albums out or something like that. He's a recording artist from back in the day as well.
Then came Bronson.
Then came Bronson, exactly.
That's it, with his motorcycle and his backpack roll.
Right, long, lonesome highway.
Yes.
Hey, Kevin.
Did you guys see the teaser yet?
Yep.
Go to coopersdell.com, COOPERSDELL.com, and look at the teaser. It just don't look like anything else I've ever
It's got
done.
a good buzz, man. Like, people are talking. About it, yeah.
I love this, dude. This is like the combination of the things that I'm good at. I'm not good at making mainstream movies. I'm good at making movies that, like, are offbeat, and that's kind of where I'm at my best, you know what I'm saying? I make Cop Out. I enjoy Cop Out. It's funny, I didn't write it, but I just kind of made it. But to me, the work always shines when I'm personally invested, when I'm like, oh, my God, I love this, and I have to show you guys the movie. This is the combination, a movie where I'm like, oh, my God, I can't wait to show you what I've done, as if I made a dookie in my pants that was large, and I'm like, look, which a lot of critics says it is a dookie in my pants. It's more than that. Like, now I get to show the movie and then do the other thing that I dig doing, like Q&A and just sit there and kick it back. So we're kind of doing it, taking the approach of like an indie rock show or a punk show, where it's like there's 15, 16 dates in a row throughout all of March. Like, I leave Radio City the next night, I'm in Boston at the Wilbur Theater. After that, I go to the State Theater, the Harris Theater in Chicago, then Minneapolis, then Michigan, then Indianapolis, and it's bang, 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 bang. So we're treating it like a road show, man. It's like one show per night. Go to your town, throw it up, show the movie, kick back, do Q&A, and then we're out of town the next night someplace else. And
That's cool,
obviously
man.
You can hear how much I love talking.
Yeah, man, the excitement is great.
I know, yeah.
You can hear the excitement in your voice, Kevin.
Oh, it's good. It's good. I'm so not putting down, the previous years, but here's the way I've been looking at it lately. I said on Sundance, I want to make that movie Hit Somebody, and that's it for me as a director. I don't have any more movies I want to direct, because I've always been a a writer-director, not just like Steven Spielberg is a director. That man was born to make film. He'll go out of this life toes up from a movie set, no doubt. It's in his blood. It's who he is. I wasn't always a director. I was a writer. I'm a storyteller first and foremost, but I'm a writer-director. And the engine that drove my train for nearly 17 years now has been screenwriting, has been like, it's what do you think about when you think about a Kevin Smith movie? It's not like what it looks like, it's what it sounds like.
It's the dialogue, yeah.
Saying. So those scripts, most of them, all of them, as a matter of fact, came from a original place inside me, but some of them, particularly the first 4 or 5, came from pure unadulterated passion. Those were the movies that was written by the guy who lived in his parents' house, who was just like, man, I'd love to make a movie. I would kill or die to make a movie. I just have to tell the story or something like that. And then you do that 5 times. I get to Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and that's like kind of the ultimate fan film to oneself. After that, Jersey Girl, it's like I'm not pissing on Jersey Girl. I love Jersey Girl, but that's like when I was 23 or 22. I wasn't like, I got to make this movie about a guy whose wife dies and he has to raise a kid by himself.
Yeah.
Isn't that going to be amazing? Like, that's when you start going, okay, now I'm a part of this business, so I should just, it's my job. I should just keep doing it. And it was never planned for. When we made Clerks, man, I made that movie hoping somebody would see it and be like, oh, these guys know how to make a movie. We'll give them some money, and they can make the next one, and that way I wouldn't have to make it on credit cards. I had a plan for maybe 2 movies max. And then Clerks happened, and everything changed. And I got welcomed in, and I had this beautiful 12-year stretch where they're like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I'd like to tell this story. They're like, go ahead, here's a bunch of money. It was every dream coming true, but beyond that, dreams you didn't even know you had. And then you're just sitting there one day going like, I'm doing it again and again and again just because now that's what I'm supposed to. When you win something that's wonderful, you don't go like, thank you, I've had enough. You're just supposed to milk it to death until you're dead. But
Yeah.
I can't. Like, I only have a certain amount of screenplays in me. I always said that from the beginning. I said, I always felt like I have 10 movies in me. And Hit Somebody is the 10th flick. And once that's done, once I don't have any stories that I'm, like, pressing to tell that are coming from inside me, playing from the heart directly, there's no point in doing it anymore. Then it's just empty rhetoric. Like, there are plenty of filmmakers out there who could take material and execute it or elevate it insanely well. I'm not one of those guys. I could do my stuff, but if I'm not doing my stuff, I shouldn't be doing that stuff. Particularly when I could do stuff like I could talk to you guys. I obviously like the Smodcast stuff a lot.
Yeah, Smodcast is
writing
fucking
comics,
great.
all these other things that film has afforded me. So for me, like I feel like this is it. I know this is it. After Hit Somebody, I'm done directing film.
Wow. Holy shit.
At that point, I feel like I want to go out the way I came in. Like Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, fire, passion. Like, if I don't make these movies, I'll just die, and that's the way I want to end. I want to end my game as strong as I started. I don't want to be complacent. I don't want to be a guy that's just like, oh, yeah, he used to make movies like Clerks. Like, it's, you know, me and the Wayne Gretzky thing. We've talked about it before. Wayne Gretzky's dad gave him a lesson when he was a kid, very important, that I've kind of taken into my own life and I use all the time now. And he goes, don't go where the puck's been. Go where it's going to be. And in the beginning, I was where the puck was going to be. You know what I'm saying? I was up there. And, you know, you get to a certain point, you can't be the fresh new thing constantly all the time unless you're an artist and you're doing, you know, you're not.
That's got to be hard to live up to. I mean, you know, because obviously.
When you start, when that's your first movie, like if Clerks had been my third, great. But first movie, they're like, you're in, you're a genius, now what? And you're like, I hadn't even thought that far.
Yeah, because, you know, obviously indie, regular guy making a movie, and then you kind of got sucked up into what? The Hollywood, not that you were Hollywood, but like.
It's not even that, like, oh, I've been co-opted. It's just, at a certain point, anything you love to do, if your dream comes true, like basically we watch movies all the time, and we watch people's dreams come true in the movie, and then credits happen. And you never really find out what happens. Like, your dream comes true, and suddenly it's like, all right, keep having your dream come true. And if you don't have enough to fuel it, it's suddenly emptier work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never in the beginning of my career thought I would direct a script that I didn't write. But I eventually got to a point where I was like, yeah, I'll try it. Why not? Just because I'd done everything I thought I would do. I'd outlived my dreams in this career. So suddenly I was like, all right, well, let's try new territory. But that's not who I am. I'm not that filmmaker. I'm not the guy that's like, I was born to make movies. I was born to tell stories and eat food. And I can tell, I can eat food anywhere, and I could tell stories now in a bunch of different mediums. And I feel like leave film for the young bucks. Like Quentin Tarantino a long time ago was like, film is for the young. Like the directing game is for young, it's a young man's game. And I was like, nah, what are you kidding me? I'll be directed till I'm dead. And then I realized, like, he's right. It belongs to those who are most passionate for it. And I just want to end my career as passionately as I started. I don't want to become one of these guys that's like, we're doing season 12 of the sitcom, even though it stopped being good because we're all making money.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go out, like, at what I feel is the top of my game. Doesn't matter whether people, a bunch of people tell you you're not at the top of your game. You haven't been good since Chasing Amy. But I know who I am, and I got to deal with me for the rest of my life. So I want to go out at what I feel like is the top of my game, and that's now.
Now,
Red State and hit somebody.
Yeah, you're very excited, Kevin. I'm just thinking, after you retire, though, what if you get the itch? And people are begging you. They're like, come on, Kevin, one more for us.
The other day on Twitter, they're like, hey, man, what about a Clerks 3? And I was like, I don't have a Clerks 3 in me right now, but I'll tell you right now, I'm thinking if I want to extend the universe, never tell those stories again, if that comes up, I can just go do like a cable show. Now everybody curses on cable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in a world where people can curse on cable, then I can go do TV if I really want to. But
when people
it's not
talk,
there right now.
but when people talk about retiring that are kind of creative people, I always think The Who. The Who has tried to retire 3 or 4 times.
Right.
But you think you got in you to really
But
walk
the thing
away?
is, I mean, look, I love The Who and I respect The Who, but The Who does one thing. They're a band.
Yeah.
I used
You get
to
to do
one
other
thing.
things.
Yeah,
I
that's
got
the
you.
thing. I started doing one thing. It was directing, but directing has led to so many other opportunities. So it's like it's not like if I put that down, I'm literally going to be sitting in my house.
Yeah, right. Hey, Kevin, Rich wants to ask you a question, but he's too shy. Go ahead, boss.
Go ahead, Rich. What's wrong with you? Hey, it's Rich Voss. We met. Anyhow, we got this comedy documentary
Notice
that
he
we're
didn't
making.
say, "Oh yeah," by the
no,
way.
it doesn't matter. I would love, and we have. It's really funny. A lot of major comics in it. Do we have a shot, realistically, of selling it before anything? You know what I mean? When it's done.
Yeah, I mean, well, it depends. That's the thing. The marketplace has changed drastically since when I made Clerks, which is one of the reasons I decided to kind of take Red State out myself. Back in the go-go 90s, man, people would like overspend on a movie. Even beyond the go-go 90s, like Happy Texas sold for $10 million there. Hustle and Flow, $13 million at Sundance. Clerks back in the day, we sold for $227,000. 2 years later, Careless Spitfire Girl, I believe, sold for 10. So back then, they were spending lots of money. Now, the prices have come down. They're not overpaying for movies at all anymore. But there are also other avenues, way more revenue streams than there had ever been before, so you can break your movie up and sell it even more piecemeal. If the dream is to get it onto movie screen, that's, of course, every filmmaker. We don't make movies and go like, we want to put them on iPods. We want to see them first in movie
Big
theaters.
screens,
We know we'll see them on iPods from now until the end of time, but like first and foremost, we want to see it born in a movie theater. So that's always the trickiest because there are a bunch of screens, but it's pricey to get onto them. And a lot of people who are buying films are like, okay, if I buy this movie, let's say they buy your movie for, let's say $1 million. I don't know what it costs, but let's say $1 million. Then they're like, we got to spend about 4 or 5 to sell it. Is it worth it? Are we going to make back 6? And again, we don't have to make back 6. The box office has to be higher because we have to split that with an exhibitor. So are we going to make back, say, 10 on this $1 million film? And that's where they start doing the math, and that's where a lot of people are just like, it's just not worth it.
But,
like for me, I looked at my flick and I was like, it's $4 million, add on all that marketing. It's not worth it anymore. Nobody will ever see another dime, and it's a waste of everybody's time. We'll have the movie when all is said and done, and that's great. But in terms of why spend money on people that are never going to come see it, hold on to that and just kind of reinvest time in the movie instead of money. That's the thing. Like in this business, people will just be like, spend on it. That's how you cure the problem.
Yeah.
And that's true. You can always cure any, money will cure almost any problem. But if you put in a little time, effort, ingenuity, a little hard work, elbow grease, you could kind of find maybe not the same, cosmic results in terms of like you're making $100 million, but you could do some serious business, man. Like there's something to be said for passion. People pick up on passion, and it's different when you're like, oh, I've seen a commercial for Red State on TV. I think it looks good. And it's different when you hear me talk about it, and people go like, I got to see this, man. This is kind of excited, you know?
And when people are, word of mouth.
It did. Because this isn't our game. I mean, my wife really.
By that he means entertainment.
No, but I would think besides it being funny and a good movie, there's a lot of names in it.
Absolutely, like something like The Aristocrats. Remember,
Yeah,
Money
yeah.
and lots of recognizable people in it. I mean, that to me kind of like if I'm somebody who buys for that market, I'm like, all right, that's a no-brainer. He's got a wide, varied cast. I could sell that to a bunch of people. But you sit there going, how many screens am I going to put this on? Is this like a 2,000 screen release? No, it doesn't feel like it. But does it feel like a multi-city platform release? Yeah, like New York, L.A., and then take it out on the road by there, city by city from there? Absolutely.
Cool.
And that, at the end of the day, like, what I'm trying to do with my flick is rather than just sell it and let somebody try to figure out how to make money off of it, I'm trying to keep mine and figure out how to make money off it myself, like within my own community, within the people that kind of like my stuff. And I'm doing that. Like some people have taken a bunch of heat, dude. Some cats like can't understand it and they think I'm crazy or arrogant or something. And I'm like, I guess these are the cats that don't realize I spend so much time touring between movies. I guess. Like, they don't realize that I'm on stage all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But they've kind of taken me to task for it, and I'm just like, no, this is fun. Calling me arrogant for this is ridiculous. It's arrogant if I'm like, here's my $4 million movie that took me 3 years to find money for because nobody wanted to make it. Now, put $20 million on top of it to make people like it. That's arrogant.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it's like I'd rather schlep my stuff from theater to theater myself because I love my movie, and I love listening to people hear it and react to it and afterwards talk to them about it. So for me, I'm like, all right, rather than sell it and see them do it, let me see if I can do it myself. Now, I can only do that here. I live in the United States. I barely know how to release a movie where I live, let alone abroad. So there, of course, we follow, like, the Miramax model that I was raised under with all the movies I made. Like Harvey and Bob would sell the movie off abroad. So naturally, we're going to sell the movie off to every international territory, and they can release the movie any way they want. Of course, I'll be there to do interviews and stuff. But here, like, and also we can sell our DVD. We got a really sweet DVD offer. We got a really sweet TV offer, pay TV offer. So right now, we've done the math long before we ever made this decision. Like, this is day 4 of the movie we're shooting. Me and John Gordon, my producer, start having this conversation. We figure with all these different places, we've got the $4 million investment covered. We sell film, we sell TV, we sell DVD. We've got that $4 million covered. That just leaves the domestic. And at that point, we turn to our investors. We're like, can we be a little experimental? Can you let us take it out on the road and try like this kind of social media release where because it was beautiful. We had these 2 investors who were not from the movie business. And when you put a spreadsheet in front of people who are not from the movie business, who are businessmen or business people, they immediately start going like, what's this? Like, they point to the marketing number all the time because I showed them, like, here's our budget, $4 million. Here's projected marketing costs when it's picked up, 10 to 20. And those cats are like, what is this figure? And I'm like, well, that's how they make people aware of the movie. And they're like, this is ridiculous. What business do they spend 4 or 5 times the amount of the movie to market the movie? And I was like,
the movie business.
Yeah. So by having investors who weren't from the movie business, we got some play because those cats were like, look, it makes no sense. We sell it here, and it seems like we might never get a dime based on all these marketing costs. The way you're talking about, why not? Let's take a risk. Like, they already threw $2 million apiece into the movie. They're gambling that much. They felt like, let's take it a few more months. Why not see what happens?
This is cool. It sounds like you're kind of breaking new ground with the level that you've been at.
Trent Reznor, dude. This is the Trent Reznor model.
Yeah.
Reznor, or even reaching further back, Annie DeFranco. People that figured out early, like, I don't have to spend inordinate marketing costs. And
right. You had a revelation.
Yeah.
Well,
you had a fucking revelation.
Pearl Jam did that too. When everyone else was making, music videos for millions and millions of dollars, they're like, we don't need to do that. They made the one, obviously, but, they had at least another 10 in them, and they just walked away from that whole thing. They thought it was a waste of time and money.
Waste of time, an absolute waste of money.
Right.
Everybody involved, and it's ego money. It's like, look, in the beginning, of course I wanted to see commercials for my movie on TV. I was a 23-year-old kid, and I was like, oh, my God, they're going to make a Clerks commercial?
Yeah, you do get caught up in that stuff.
Of course, but it's been 17 years. I've seen commercials for my movie, good or bad. I've seen commercials where I'm like, I don't even like that movie, and I like that movie.
Well, Kevin, the excitement is very obvious, or you just stopped smoking pot. I don't know which one it is.
No, man, it's all one and the same.
No, we're very happy for you, and I'm sure.
Are you guys going to come out? Here's the thing. I hate to say
Are we
this,
coming out? I'll be there.
Unfortunately, you got to buy tickets. I'm making my mother buy tickets this time because every penny counts. We are the studio on this one. You know what I'm saying?
This is a grassroots thing. Yeah, I would love to buy a ticket. I just hope it doesn't sell out before I buy mine.
Well, here's the problem. 6,000 seats. I'm never going to fill that. I sold.
Get the fuck out of here. We'll sell that out for you.
I can never sell out. If you guys can help me out, that'd be great. But we were never like, we're going to fill Radio City.
You want to make a bet that you sell out?
Yeah.
You want to make a bet?
Yeah, I'll make a bet.
You're selling this out.
I'm never going to sell out.
You're
Radio
absolutely selling it out.
City.
6,000 seats.
Dude, I'll bet you $1,000.
Because there's a buzz on this whole thing, and people are talking, and Kevin Smith's trying something different. I'm telling you. How many tickets you think you're going to sell?
If I got halfway, I'd be happy. Because look,
Wow.
honestly, like Carnegie Hall, I sold out, and that was 2,600 seats. So I figure in New York, I might be good for about 2,600 seats. So if I can get Radio City, that's like 6,000 seats. If I get it halfway, I'm a happy camper.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It's paid for, but half of that means it's paid for. Like there's no, like it's all the event venue costs and whatnot are covered by the ticket sales, and beyond that just becomes kind of profit. So if I ever got to half, I'd be a happy man. If you think I'm getting to 6,000, I love you so much.
I think you have a shot. We'll have to wait and see.
I want to get to 6,000 for the whole year.
Yeah. Hey, Kevin, the Westboro church there.
Yeah, they came out protest us.
Yeah, man, and man, your pictures went everywhere, and your signs were hilarious.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I can't even say it was an original idea. The kids at the San Diego Comic-Con this year, the Westboro Baptist Church came out to protest Comic-Con for some reason because we're all going to hell for liking Superman. Kids came out in costume holding up the most ridiculous signs, and I always loved that. I was like, that's great, man. Way to fight hate with just absolute stupidity.
With ridiculousness,
yes. And so it's like, if they can hold up a horseshit sign, I can hold up a horseshit sign.
What were some of the signs again?
We went out there. We held up signs that were like, John Gordon's my producer. He's Jewish. His sign said, I'm a happy Jew. Malcolm, my friend Malcolm, you guys met him, big gay Malcolm.
Yeah.
His sign said, Dick tastes yummy.
Yeah, that was it. Dick tastes yummy. Saw that one.
Stuff like that.
That one was, what was that, TMZ or something?
Yeah, that one went.
Sides. They were like, Dick tastes
that one. That's right. That one went everywhere.
It was funny because it was cut off. The picture that I had seen from the news, whatever website it was, it was cut off, and they had cropped Kevin so that at the very corner of the sign, it just said D. There was a D and then a T and then under it a Y, and so you don't even think about it. And then Travis had to alert me that if I found the full picture, it was a sign that said "Dick tastes yummy." So I had to go and find the original.
It's like that moment in 12 Monkeys where you could actually see.
God bless Malcolm for doing that, man. Right on.
It was great. We had a bunch of people with us. We had about 30, 40 signs, and we all had them. We kept switching them out and stuff like that.
Did you get them to laugh?
They smiled. Shirley was smiling at me, but I think she was smiling at me because she knows I'm going to hell or something.
Oh yeah, probably. She smiles for different reasons, right?
Aside from our protest, like they put out this press release. Their press releases are amazing. They sound like they're written by Voldemort or something, or Darth Vader. They're just so evil. We put out a press release, kind of making fun of theirs, and we were like, anybody who wants to join us can. About 100 kids, maybe 200. I forget what the exact number was, but there were a bunch of them. Came out from the school. That I guess we were screening. The Eccles is in a high school. The theater where we were screening at Sundance is in a high school. So the kids from that high school came out to protest the Westboro Baptist Church, and they were holding signs as well, and they're screaming Lady Gaga lyrics at them.
Oh, great.
It did your heart good. Now, I'm a 40-year-old man trouncing around in the snow with ridiculous signs like Thor hates straights. And look over and see those kids, those fresh-faced kids fighting like evil, flat-out ridiculous, cartoonish evil. It just did my heart so good.
That's awesome. Hey, a lot of people on the phones. I don't think we have time. A bunch of them saw the movie at Sundance and just loving Red State.
They digging it?
Yeah, loved this movie. Saw it. You want to talk to just one?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, one guy. We got Brian in Salt Lake City representing a bunch of people on the phone. Brian, you're on with Kevin Smith.
Brent?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Are you there? Is it Brent?
Yeah, Brent, go ahead, man.
Hey, sorry. Hey, Kevin, movie was fantastic. I'm not going to say anything about it. People need to see it. You have to see it. See it in an atmosphere like I did at Sundance. It is, to see it in a big theater with a bunch of people is really, really cool. It's unlike any other Kevin Smith film you've ever seen. Kevin, I waited in the cold for 4 hours that day just to get in on waitlist tickets. It was awesome. I really appreciate the opportunity to get to see it at Sundance, and I hope to get to see it somewhere else on the road. And I know you guys want to get the hell out of here, so have a good one.
All right, there you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was my father. You couldn't ask for a better review.
Well, there's a bunch of them just like that, so
Oh, and that's the thing, you know. You can't, basically, you don't hear those cats. Were it not for Twitter, I'd never hear those cats.
I know.
That's what I love about social media, dude. Like, for years, the only way I knew what people were thinking was, well, I'd read a newspaper, and that one person would think for everybody.
Yeah, and
now you can get in touch with the people that buy tickets. Like, you guys have been able to do it for years. People call in and tell you, like, I love you. So even if somebody's saying over here, they suck and nobody likes them, you're like, it doesn't match up. I have all these people that are listening or watching. So moments like that where that dude's just like, I waited 4 hours in the snow and it still rocked. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a review to me. That's better than thumb up, thumb down.
And look what this Twitter and social networking is doing over there in Egypt. Holy shit.
I
Getting
know,
things
right?
done. Yeah.
I saw some of the pictures you put up, and then I saw Jimmy. Jimmy, did you chastise Opie for a picture? Were you saying that was an old photo from a different incident?
No, that was
on OPI.
Yeah, that was that was mine. That was the.
What happened?
Was that you? Was Anthony?
I was like, the peace talks have finally begun, and it was a picture of Charlton Heston as Moses.
Yeah. I scolded Anthony. I said, that's from another picture. Sometimes I like to tweet very literally just to make sure everybody is in line.
Literal Jim got me on that one. And then I did Angry Egyptians. I made one Egyptian's head
You made that?
flying into,
I thought you
Photoshop.
found that somewhere else. God,
No,
that
I'm
was
an original.
that was funny, man.
I do all original work on Photoshop. I never plagiarize Photoshop.
I had no idea. Yeah, he did Angry Egyptian, like the Angry Birds thing. It was very funny.
It's their number one download over there.
Kevin, it's I hate to do this to you because it's a hack question, but you got the Oscars right around the corner, so I got to ask. What was your favorite movie of the year?
I'll tell you, but you guys can't make fun of me.
Wait, can we guess then?
Go ahead.
Say Toy Story 3 and we're hanging up.
No, but I did like that movie a lot.
I like Toy Story
I
3.
call that movie Schindler's Toy Box.
Was it a rom-com?
No.
Winter's Bone.
Wait, what movie would...
I did like Winter's Bone a lot.
I'm going to guess Inception.
I love the King's Speech.
Oh, that's the one?
Yeah, I love it.
No, everyone's talking about this movie.
I thought Inception was better, though.
You guys watch, you know what's good about it? Here's the thing. It's about... Colin Firth plays a guy who eventually winds up being the King of England, doesn't want to be. But it's during that period where, remember, there was a dude who was going to be king, and he's like, I want to marry this divorced American. They're like, you can't do that. He's like, fine, then I won't be king anymore. And he steps away. So his brother winds up having to be king, and this is the guy who was the father of Queen Elizabeth, the one who's currently the queen. So this dude, from childhood, from youth, had a terrible stutter. He can't speak well. He's just constantly doing that sort of thing. And, if you're king, you've got to stand up and talk in front of people and whatnot. So he's terrified. He has to, movie begins with him early on, long before he's, the king, trying to do a speech on his father's behalf, and he just can't. He sounds really bad at it. So his wife finds the speech therapist for him, and that's Jeffrey Rush, and they kind of teach him how to speak fluently, how to get rid of the stutter, and it's, of course, about way more than that. But the beauty of using the stutter as a kind of storytelling device is it is something that's we can all identify with it on some level. I may not have a stutter, but I know what it feels like to be fat in public, and that's like having a stutter. And I may not have or some chick may not have a stutter, but she knows what it feels like to have small tits, and that's noticeable, and that's her thing. It has this identifiable kind of hurdle for the main character to get over that really resonates with the entire audience. And it's so well acted. It's insanely well acted, really charming. And it's just great movie making.
Finally, a description
Inception
that makes
is a
sense.
mind fuck of a movie, Inception.
Yeah.
And I love that. That was probably the most original film I saw all year. But the one that sticks with me the most is King's Speech.
God, now I'm going now.
I
wasn't gonna go see this movie.
It's like a real pussy flick, but it's so worth your
Not
time.
how you just described it.
Yeah, I guess, but you'll sit there halfway through, you're going to be like, what the hell is he talking about? They're all British. It's really good.
That means it's well acted.
It'll move you, it'll touch you, it'll make you feel like you could do stuff. And maybe it's just because I'm 40 years old, but when I sit down and put 2 hours of my life into anything, I want to take something out of it from now on. You know what I'm saying? I like watching stuff where I'm like, oh man, that made me feel good. It makes me want to do something in my own life.
Ew, Kevin's growing up.
I know.
That's what it is.
Creepy.
Ew.
We're all going to die one day.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hey,
damn it.
you must have loved the fighter, or at least Christian Bale's.
Totally. Well, it's got Melissa Leo in it, and she's in Red State. The chick who won the Golden Globe for being in The Fighter for playing his mom. She's in our movie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, she's awesome in it. In our movie, we got her, Michael Parks, as I said, John Goodman, He's awesome in the movie. Kevin Pollak, Kevin Alejandro from True Blood, Kyle Gallner, Michael Angarano, Nick Braun, Carrie Bechet. They play the kids in the movie. But it's a pretty big cast. But in any event, Melissa Leo was in The Fighter, man. She won a Golden Globe. We were all like, woo! Because it looks like, and she got the Oscar nod, too. And it looks like she may win Best Supporting Actress for Oscar. That would be awesome for us.
Hell yeah.
I think
her next movie is our dopey flick.
I think she won a SAG last night, too, I think.
Yeah, she won the SAG Award.
She did,
I mean,
okay.
she's amazing.
She looked so
She's
different on
such a
stage, I
really-
wasn't sure.
And she's a committed hardcore actress. Like, like she does stuff like our movies. You know what I'm saying? She get paid almost anything to be in our movie, but she just kind of loved the indie spirit of it all and whatnot. She's good people.
And the hockey movie, when do you start filming that?
Hoping to shoot it by the end of the year once we're done with the Red State release. And we all, as I said before, Jimmy's going to play a Glenn Hall-like goalie in the movie.
Nice.
Oh, good.
He's if you ever, I want you to watch some Glenn Hall interviews, Jimmy.
Okay.
He's the dude. He was a great goalie, a wonderful sense of humor, but a man who, before every game, would just go over to the side and throw up. He was so nervous.
Oh, that's perfect for Jimmy.
That's totally
perfect
Jimmy.
for you, Jimmy.
It's almost. I almost want Jimmy to do Jimmy's poo voice as the character. Whenever Jimmy does poo, I just want him to sound cute.
Okay.
And with the hockey movie, are you trying to get the great one for the movie?
No, not him. As I've said many times, I'm a huge fan of Wayne Gretzky. He's my idol. He's the man I look up to now, and the guy that's kind of responsible for like anything I've done for the last 2 years has been very Gretzky inspired. My feeling is if I met Gretzky, I'd realize he's just a dude who played sports once. Suddenly, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need Gretzky to be a god, and if I meet him, he's no longer that. He's just a guy I met. So I like to keep as far away from him as possible. I know his dad, and I've helped his dad out. I got his dad into the Guinness Book of World Records with the tournament last year, that hockey tournament. But meeting Wayne Gretzky himself, I always feel would kind of like ruin the vibe I got going on right now.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. There's some guys you just never want to meet. You want to
totally.
just...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and it's like, and also because the things that inspire me about Gretzky, I mean, he's a fine human being even now, but like were things that he did 25, 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that have to do with who he is at the moment? So, and it's more about like a dude who just kind of kept his head up, stick down, and just worked at it. Just kept working and working, and enjoyed what he worked at, and showed in his work. So for me, meeting Wayne Gretzky probably not a good idea until after I'm done with the hockey movie. But there is a Wayne Gretzky-like character in the third act of our movie because it's about the WHA to some degree. It's not literally the WHA, but it's that type of league, the rebel league that sprouts up and kind of takes on the NHL for a little while. And we follow one character for 30 years of his life, and the lion's share of the movie takes place in the 70s during that. So it's a bunch of goon hockey in that era.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, it's going to be good fights, dude. I mean,
I can't wait. Old school.
We acknowledge the NHL, but we just don't. They're not in the movie because I don't want to license all those teams and stuff like that. But we live in a hockey universe, so there are going to be parallels constantly. And this Gretzky character that comes in the third act represents kind of the end of goon hockey, the end of that WHA kind of era, and the beginning of what we know today as professional NHL hockey. Fast games, all puck up and down.
Right.
Just not thuggery as much.
Are you gonna have a classic bench clearing brawl?
Oh, have to, dude.
All right, good.
Especially
where the goalies go at it at center ice. It's like they were on the opposite side of the ice. Why are they mad at each other?
Exactly.
They never even touched each other.
It brings it out in them.
Do I need to take skating lessons, Kevin?
Yes. Start now.
Do I need to take skating lessons?
Well, here's the thing. Your goalies mostly just kind of, they're stationary. I mean, you're going to have to be able to stand up on skates, but you're not going to be able to execute anything, except getting on skates and going from, like, the bench all the way out to the net. But when it comes to, I mean, the fact of the matter is sometimes you will be wearing a mask and sometimes not. So that's more something to think about. We'll be using very soft, rubbery pucks. Because in that era, they didn't always have goalie masks, right?
Oh, right,
Yeah, like Glenn Hall didn't play with one for a long, long time.
Oh, fucking pucks in the
you
face,
just have
man.
To be able to stand there believably on skates.
Crazy.
But I tend to become the role, so I want to know.
Yes, you do, Jim.
Yes, I do.
He does the work, man. He
sure
got tattooed in Cop Out. He put in some work.
That's right.
Hey, when you were talking about Gretzky and meeting him and not meeting him for certain reasons, is that a little bit inspired by the Bruce Willis situation? Because I remember you saying...
Yes, hands down. Sure. But, I mean, it goes even further back. I met Chevy Chase once, and I guess it was just not a good time for either of us because I was like, wow, I really like that guy. What happened? That was strange. He took some shots at me in the press after that, and I was like, wow, what the. So for me, I'm like I've always loved Bill Murray, man. Bill Murray, one of my favorite performers of all time. And, I make movies, and so I could conceivably get Bill Murray in a movie if he wanted to do my stuff, but I never wanted to reach out because I'm like, I like him so much. I would hate to, work with him and have that ruined if he wasn't, who I thought he was. Some people, you just want to appreciate what they do. I don't need to be their friend or their best friend.
Yeah,
I don't need to know them. I just like what they do.
What sticks in my head is when early on during your cop-out, I think before you even started filming, you were just talking about the fact that Bruce Willis was in the movie, and you were so excited that here's the guy from Die Hard, this is so cool, this is that. And then when we started hearing little news dripping out about how uncomfortable, let's say, things were on set, it was kind of like, oh fuck, that sucks for Kevin, because here's a guy that he fucking really just wanted to meet, and he turned out to kind of be, I guess, a dick and
a disappointment.
Yeah,
we have two very different ways of working, I guess, is what it came down to, and ultimately, it was a very important learning experience across the boards. Not just on the how do you deal with somebody who doesn't want to deal with you level, but also how do you make a movie around that? You know what I'm saying?
Did you feel anything was personal? Did you feel like he's like this anyway, or that he personally had a problem with you?
I don't know. I don't know if it was me personally. I just don't. I don't think he respected me as a director, and why would he? He's worked with legends. I've made, I made stuff like Mallrats. So I think there was probably that disconnect. But at the end of the day, it's even that, to me in the moment, I was like, oh man, I took a huge pay cut to be here to work with a guy that I guess was a guy that was in my imagination. You have to grow up in that moment and go what do you do? You're committed. You're pot committed. And so you put in everything. You do everything you can anyway.
Ken, when did you realize? I just want to ask. When did you realize? This might be a difficult experience. Was it the first day, the first read, or
day two? He kind of he felt kind of free to just it was. I'd never worked with somebody like that who was just kind of no. We're oh, okay.
Wait, you would suggest something and he would say no?
Yeah, or just wants to do it his way. He wanted to be in charge of his own performance, which is totally fine. I've worked with actors like that before who were hey man, I got this, and you just kind of stay out of their kitchen. He's not here. I'll give you an example of the extremely great side of that equation.
Okay.
We made Red State. John Goodman's in it. Mm-hmm. John Goodman, is the dude who, and this ain't a slam on any actor, but this is meant to praise John. Every actor in this business has a stand-in, or not their own, but there's always somebody standing in for them while they light the shot and get the camera ready and everything set up.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when it's time to actually shoot, the stand-in steps away and the actor takes the stand-in's place, and then we do the scene. And that's so that the actor's not standing there for an hour, 2 hours while we light the scene.
Yeah.
They got a lot of important things to do, like text. So every large and small budget film, this is the standard. Even when I was an actor, I had a stand-in. Even on my flicks as Silent Bob, there was always a Silent Bob stand-in so they can light. And but I was off trying to set up the next shot. I was also directing at the same time. So, idea of the stand-in, totally acceptable concept. Having one doesn't mean anything except you're, part of, that's what the industry is. We're shooting Red State, and, we're getting ready to shoot something with John Goodman. He's already shot something. We're about to shoot the next thing. So we're like, John, you got 15 minutes. You can step off. And he goes, I'm cool. I'll just stay. John Goodman stands in for himself.
Wow.
He just literally will hang out there for the 10, 15 minutes as they light, man. And he's not mean about it or anything. He's just hanging out. He's chit-chatting. He's thinking.
All right, I'll stay here.
On his work, yeah. He's just why go away? I'm just going to stay here on the vibe, on the set. And, that's awesome. You sit there going wow, man, I wish if I was ever going to act again, I would totally do that. You meet people like that, and it makes you want to up your game. If I could grow up to be John Goodman, I'd be the happiest man in the world. You know what I'm saying? But I can't. It'll take me a few years to learn the stuff that he's learned, but I'm just happy I've learned the stuff I've learned where I am now, because you can kind of catch yourself. If I didn't realize where my heart was and what I wanted to do with film, it could be another 5, 10 years of me just kind of grinding it out. Films that don't mean as much to me because, I'm expected to keep directing. That's what I do. And I've already missed, most of the first 10 years of my kid's life. Well, she's 11 now, but You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had a great job where I'm in the house and I'm around my kid more than most fathers are around their kids, to be honest. But when you go shoot the movie, you're gone for like 2 months, you know, even when the family's with you, you're gone. You know, you're gone 18 hours a day. And my kid's now 11. She's getting really interesting. Like, she has her own thought process, and she's having her own, like, her skate is just beginning now, and I want to be around to watch that, not sitting on some set.
You know what
again, like, there's a great, Steven Soderbergh made this great quote, because he's talking about going to paint and stuff like that, because he, too, has been doing it for, like, over 20 years. And his quote was this: I just can't get it up for another over-the-shoulder shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you've done it a bunch of times, it's like, look, I can't give you the same passion I gave you on Chasing Amy because I can't tell that story anymore. Like, that story came from pure passion. If you want me to just sit around and keep making movies, it's gonna be, the product's gonna be less and less what you want it to be. It ain't gonna be a Kevin Smith movie anymore. It's just gonna be a movie Kevin Smith was involved with.
This sounds exactly like a lot of shit came together at one time for you, and it's in a time in history when the technology is right, and the vibe is right, and you know, you're growing up. You've had some, I guess, less than stellar experiences with a couple of films as far as people you've had to work with and things like that, and then all that kind of brings you right back to the beginning of going, you know something, I have passion for this movie. The technology's there for me, and bring it out yourself. That's fucking. It's fantastic.
It sounds kind of ridiculous, and I've been saying it a lot, but bear with me, and I'll try to do it quickly. 17 years ago, I went to Sundance and kind of lived that poem, that Robert Frost poem, like two roads diverged in the yellow woods, and I took the road less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. In life, I took the road less traveled by. I made a movie, it got picked up, and boom, suddenly a dude who lived in Jersey, was born to a postal worker father and a mom who didn't work, lived in a low-income, government cheese-eating house family, wound up in the movie business. That is the path less traveled by, and it has made all the difference. It's been amazing. 17 years later, God, the universe, the Sundance Film Festival, a long career, whatever, gave me the opportunity to bring me right back to the exact same spot, like in Sundance, in Park City, Utah, 17 years later, and gave me the same opportunity to choose. Do you go down this path or this path? And first time I went, the road less traveled by was kind of more universal. Like, I chose to make a movie. Not everybody does that. But now I'm looking at two roads that are within my art form, within my career, within my grasp. And the road that I took before is really the road that's most traveled by in my work. You make movies and you put them out. You make movies, you put them out. This time, you let other people put them out, pay for them, market them. This time I'm looking at the other road going, okay, all the experience that I have from taking the other road last time, 17 years of experience, and having released a movie 9 times in the same way, do I want to go down the same exact path, knowing exactly what's there, or do I want to try this one, man, just to see what it would be like? And I don't know, it felt cool to, like, make that choice and be like, I felt young. I felt reinvigorated to make the harder choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would have been easy to be like, we'll sell the movie, somebody will put commercials up, and we'll take our chances at the box office as we always do, because that's what we do. But to take the other chance, like, you know, and just be like, hey, man, let's see if this could work. If this is, and it's not even really a tough experiment. You know, it's like, I go out on the road anyway. I don't know, dude, it did a lot for me. It did more for me than, like, I don't do heroin, but I heard that it has that effect. Like Muse goes, like, you just sound like you're on heroin all the time. It feels good, right? I was like, yes, the idea of, like, captaining your own destiny again, taking a chance, going out there, bringing your movie out yourself, doing something a little unconventionally, though, doing it in a way that's comfortable for you via Twitter, the podcast, talking to you guys, blah, blah, blah. It just makes you feel like a kid again, dude. Somebody on Twitter said it was punk rock filmmaking, and I almost cried.
There's plenty of ways of getting the word out now, is what it is. Also, you don't have to depend on a distributor.
Yeah, I could just reach to the people that are like, hey, man, I like what you do anyway, so I'm kind of halfway in, but the way you're talking about this, I'll definitely give it a shot. Like, that's who I'm going after. There's no point going after people who are like, I hate him and everything he does, and let's see if he does better this time. Nope, he didn't. I still hate him. There's no point. And then there's a bunch of people who are indifferent, dude. They're not even like, I hate Kevin Smith. They're like, who? And they're like, hey, man, Clerks, Mallrats. Like, what movies are those? I haven't been heard of by the entire world. And in the film world, yeah, I'm definitely a known quantity. But in the real world, you know, you really have to push hard. I'm just sitting there, somebody will like, hey, can I get your autograph in a food store? And he signs something for him, and they leave, and the other person who's standing near you is like, what was that all about? And it's like, oh, I make movies sometimes. Like, oh yeah, which ones? And you list them all, and they're like, never heard of those.
Yeah.
And you realize you're like, hey man, you're not as cool as you think you are. You're still always playing to your audience, and if you're playing to your audience, respect them. For years, these cats in marketing have always been like, don't worry, your audience is already coming. The money we're spending is to reach people that aren't your audience.
Right. Yeah.
And it always bugged me where I'm like, let's spend all the money on the people that are coming because they are the audience. Like, let's not treat them like they're coming, so don't respect that. Respect the people, go hat in hand to the people that have no interest in your stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just tired of that. Like, I'd rather just talk to the people that are enthused about it. And some people have said, like, oh, he just doesn't want to get criticized. Like, I get criticized within my audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like they're sitting there going, this is brilliant. I get a lot of people going, it's crap. It's not, this crap, this isn't crap. I've liked this, I haven't liked this. But they're just not all like haterade from the beginning, like, from hell's heart I stab at thee. I got a lot of that. I'm the white whale for a lot of Ahabs on the internet, man.
Oh, I thought you were going con. I went a little. I didn't go classic literature. I went Star Trek too.
Well, we should get the plug out. So
shit.
Kevin's taking the movie Red State to Radio City Music Hall March 5th. Tickets are $60. You can get them through Ticketmaster, I'm assuming.
Ticketmaster. You can go to coopersdell.com is our website where we have all the cities listed on the tour because it's like New York, Boston, Chicago, Minneapolis, Ann Arbor, Indianapolis, Kansas City, Springfield, Ohio, Washington, D.C., Denver, Colorado, Madison, Wisconsin, New Orleans, Austin, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Seattle, and then we end in Los Angeles on April 9th.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's a nice long month-long
awesome.
tour, man. But, yeah, we start Radio City Music Hall. That's the toughest one to fill. If you guys want to help us out at all.
Hell yeah.
Look, I know there's some people like, I ain't paying $60 to see no movie. That's fine. I get it. Like, I'm not telling you to.
Well, it's more than a movie. You're going to be talking, and you're going to have a lot of the people in the movie, on that stage
but
too. So
here's the thing, like,
it's not just a movie. I don't want people to think that. You're going to get a hell of a lot more than that.
It is. It's more value. And the thing is, the audience is predisposed to come, and they already kind of come out and pay the same price to see me by myself, stand up there, sweat, be fat, and go, like, one time I made a script for Superman. Now, for the same exact price, like, I'm bringing the movie. It's almost as if the movie's coming along for free.
Yeah.
But if that's too much, and I respect that, especially in this economy. Some people are like, I can't pay $60 to go see you and a movie. Forget it. Don't worry about it. The movie will come out in October, and you'll be able to pay normal price to see it. It's just we got done early. Like, we didn't expect to be finished this early. We started shooting September 21st. So we didn't think we'd even make Sundance, but I was cutting the movie the whole way, and I felt like, all right, we're done. When we're done shooting, we're actually done with the cut. Maybe we can submit. So we wound up getting into Sundance, and it was way ahead of our schedule. We didn't expect to come out until October.
Wow.
So rather than just kind of sit around with, post Sundance for 10 months, we were like, let's take it out and show people.
Yeah, let's have some fun with this. Sure.
Yeah, it'll be fun, man. It'll be a really good time. But if you can't afford it, wait till October. You'll see it for $10, or steal it from the internet.
And with that, Kevin, thanks for calling. We're gonna see you in studio next week, I guess, right?
I'm gonna come in, and if you can help me sell this barn out, 6,000 seats is a lot. Radio City Music.
Let's rock it. Let's see what we got. All right.
Cool, man.
Thank you, Kevin.
Hey, thanks,
we'll see you
Kevin.
next week.
Guys.
Thanks for your help,
Cool,
man.
man.
See you next week.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Bye, Jimmy. Bye, Anthony.
Take care, Kev.
All right. And
Later,
Jimmy,
man.
you got to start your skating lessons.
And you know where I'm going to be skating?
Where?
This is not about gigs either, believe it or not. First, let me mention the gigs. February 11th, I'll be in Las Vegas. It's almost sold out. Club Madrid, Sunset Station. That will be sold out. It's almost. And I'm doing my first headline gigs at the Melrose Improv February 12th. And just one more. Montclair, New Jersey, March 5th. Wilbur Theater, Boston, March 18th. I lied. That was two more.
All right. And Richard's going to be at Bananas.
Friday and Saturday, Poughkeepsie.
In Poughkeepsie.
Friday and Saturday.
All right. Rich Voss on Twitter. And, of course, let's not forget Derek in the corner there. Derek.
Yes,
Poundstone.
absolutely.
You're going to have to come
Strong
back
guy.
so we can spend more time with you.
Yeah, I'm still here. Listen.
Yeah.
Do you want
Kevin,
to
very energetic.
I thought I talk a lot. Wow, that was impressive.
He can go, man.
Yeah,
Especially when he's
there's some
into
passion
something.
behind Kevin
Oh, yeah.
and what he's talking about. So it's good to listen to. All right, I guess that's it. Derek, you'll come back, right?
Yeah, why not? I'm always on here doing my show, so maybe I'll come.
Oh, yeah.
Cool,
Let's
man,
get the plug in for Poundstone Power. It's Sirius XM Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. on XM 241, Sirius 125.
Listen, call in. Yeah, if you listen, give us a call. You could break my stones on the radio there, too.
No worries.
Everyone else does.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.
Opie and Anthony Show on the virus. Sirius XM.
The Cultural Committee of Bratislava present the latest government-approved compilation of super sexy sounds of modern music, presenting American superstar Club Soda Kenny, singing the fabulous music like Human League.
Don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me? Oh.
Don't let genocide make you unhappy. We're all dancing safe with Men Without Hats.
We can dance if we want to. You can leave your friends behind. Cause if your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine.
We are all selling our sisters to wealthy Americans and turning Japanese.
Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese, I really think so. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Call now, extra bonus disc from American superstar Roland.
She drives me crazy like no one else. She drives me crazy and I can help myself.
Roland sing fabulous song like Talking Heads and She
The
Is.
world was moving, she was right here with it, and she was.
And we run so far away from the Serbians like the flock of seagulls.
I run so far away. I just run. I run both night and day. I couldn't get away.
Is super sexy sounds from America now in Bratislava. Call 888-888-8888.
On an all-new Jewish intervention.
Why are you always looking for a deal on everything?
That's what I do, okay?
This is my friend.
Comedian and Jew Rich Voss is confronted about his frugal spending habits.
You never buy yourself nice stuff. The car's always 2 years old. Nice other people's shit. There's always something going on with you.
Will this once semi-famous comedian be saved by his more famous friends?
You gotta go to this new website. Everything's on sale, like high-end shit.
See, it's always that. That's what bothers me.
You're wrong. You think you know everything on everything.
When was the last thing you actually bought something brand new and didn't go looking for a deal?
You don't get it.
Can the aging stand-up break the stereotype that Jews really are cheap?
There's no bartering. There's no, I mean, maybe a little, hey, do this, do that, take a couple.
You got a Dead Guy's Watch on you?
See this right here? See this shit right here?
Dead Guy's Watch.
Or is it simply too late?
It's too fucking late for him to change. Rich is what he is. He's gonna go to a fucking garage sale.
It's not the bargain, it's the fun of negotiating, man. It's not the bargain.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe him.
Find out on an all-new Jewish intervention. Good morning. Thanks for calling Radio Shack. My name is Danny. How can I help you?
I used to have the thing on my TV where you can download shit from, like through, the air, satellite.
Like Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi, whatever. Here's the thing. But, I mean, that's not working now because...
This is Radio Shack. Do you need, like, an AC adapter?
Maybe get somebody to come over and fix it.
Well, I mean, this is Radio Shack, so we don't really do that.
Oh.
We sell products.
Oh, I see.
Well, I mean, I'm not supposed to do this, but, did you get into your router settings and take a look in there?
Okay, so it's right here. So what are you saying?
Just look into your router settings.
Okay, so I log in. I find this shit right here.
Yeah, exactly, right. So get in there and then, make sure that your Wi-Fi is enabled.
But where do you fucking wire it into?
Well, I mean, it should just be wired right from your cable modem. It should just be right in there.
Yeah. Why? How do you know that?
Because that's just how it works.
Are you talking about the heavy, thick wire? You talking about?
You mean like a Cat 5?
You're talking about
Ethernet cable?
Yeah, they call them. I think they call them hot wires.
Firewire?
Firewire.
Dude, do you need like a universal AC adapter or a soldering iron?
What's that?
Dude, let me just get back to work, man. Like, can you open a browser and get to the web?
So it's wireless. It's a wireless connection.
Yeah, it's wireless. It's a wireless connection. Are you on the web?
Okay, so now
can you go to a website? Can you do that?
You hook it up. Okay.
Are you listening? Are you listening to me? Can you open a browser and go to your home page?
Is it that easy?
Yes!
Click. Oh, I got it. Yeah, I see it. Jeez. Bingo. We have a winner. Is that it? Is that it for good? Am I set for life?
Yeah, that's it, dude. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you for helping me.
Yeah, man, no problem, dude.
There were some other tech questions I needed. Oh, Facebook.
No.
I'm up to my limit of friends.
No, if you want a cordless phone or some LEDs,
I'm up to my limit of friends, 5,000.
I'm not helping you.
I think somebody set up a fan page.
I'm hanging up.
How do I get people to go there instead of sending me friend requests?